That's one I haven't seen
And
before.
hello, welcome back. It's been a while. I think we didn't skip last session, did we?
No, we did
We
actually
did, yeah.
play last session.
It's only been
This
2
is the
weeks.
Yeah.
first time in a long
Normal amount.
time
It
where
just-
we have had
it-
2 in a row.
Yeah, it just feels like a long time because a lot has happened these last 2 weeks. With like 17th of May,
Yeah.
I had a cube draft, I think 3 or 4 D&D sessions during those 2 weeks. It's just been a lot. Anyway, we are back, and last session we managed to conclude the alien invasion drama. So, Alistair, could you give a recap?
Yes, so it all began where it last ended, with our heroes on the precipice of defeat. Basically, I don't remember what the Squid Boys were called now, but a big fucking Al-Ghul. Al-Ghul came out and was very terrifying looking and considerably stronger than the others, and seemingly also what controlled the others. After, of course, we haven't killed one of the Thule that controlled some of the heavies that were pestering us. We almost went down. Well, I mean, Zara wasn't even wounded, but everyone else was very dead. But luckily, fucking Drake went Super Saiyan mode and fucking soloed essentially the Al-Ghul after a lucky crit from Zara. And we managed to basically save, I think, a lot of the Thresh. I think we only killed like 2. So that's good. Good boys.
I think we killed 4 and saved 2, so...
Okay, yeah. Potatoes. So we ended up having being reinforced at the last turn. So they just came in a bit late. It's the classic D&D scenario where the backup arrives just as you defeat the boss. But yeah, the other team that we've sort of met in the sorry.
To be fair, that last round you knew they were coming in one round. You could have played it more defensively instead of going into melee range with the big bad. So just saying.
Hey, I don't know what you're saying. I played it super defensive.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah.
But yeah. We managed to do it. So to be fair though, with that risk we took, we did the coolest fucking win.
That's true.
We got the victory points that matter. So yeah. There we met at the reinforcements was like Diego and crew. Salazar, I think, is the other one. Who's the
Moriko.
And then Krilthar is no, Krilthar was our bud who was there with us.
Yeah, I was with you the whole time. There's Moriko, Salazar, Mike, and Diego.
Yeah. So they came in and helped us clean up. After our little bump in with a alien invasion, it seemed like everyone was on high alert as we returned to the base. And we left to basically figure out what was going on and get an overview of the situation. It seemed like DIREWOLF sort of had a handle on it, together with like called in a lot of their other contacts, including Black Fox, I believe, to help with the other crash sites. But Drake was called into R&D after we returned, and he was going to help the other Crash that survived kind of get to grips with their freedom. And he I think basically ends up wandering around and finds a dead body hooked up to a large machine, and this is where we find in shock and horror that Andrei Novak's body has been interned, while his soul has been lost in the astral. This was from another campaign we did, the Dark Side of the Moon, where Thomas played Andrei Echo Novak, who had been lost in that campaign. He then went into the song with all of the trash, and they planned a next step because they needed to, basically now that Tool had gone and arrived in full force, they needed to gather together and prioritize dealing with the Thul over everything else, which they felt they couldn't do in Direwolf. So they wanted to still be allied with them, but they needed to leave right away. And apparently Squirp backed this play and said essentially that if Direwolf are giving you trouble, then tell that it's an order, a directive from Squirp to Commander Harriet, and she should respect it. It seemed like Reverb, who was in the song and who also Treek could call upon in his like avatar state, basically, turned out that was the soul of Andrei. And Drake, after being gifted a silver sword, he helped Reverb get back into his body where he'd found it. And as you were walking out to escape with Andrei, to leave Direwolf for good, you met Iris Salinara, which was the character I played in the Dark Side of the Moon campaign. And that was, of course, a very interesting reunion, because Iris, of course, had been spending most of her time trying to look for Andrei's soul, who was lost on her watch. And it seemed like there was some suspicion that Ansomi, another character played by Runa in the same campaign, might have had some connections to a Thul god of some kind, and that they should investigate that, or, well, at least help the Tresh against the Thul. And Iris kind of immediately agreed to come with Andrei. And Drake as well is going to leave, but before he does, he goes and talks to Zara. Zara wants to convince Drake that he should report his leave to the to Direwolf, because they won't. I don't think they wouldn't stop him, but they should at least have a proper offboarding. Otherwise, it would seem rather suspicious. But he didn't want to do that because he thought that they probably wouldn't let him leave. But Sarah goes to Kaito and Ray afterwards to enlist their help in trying to smooth things over, to make sure that there's no blowback on Drake and Tresh, and they're not sort of immediately suspected of being called back to their old masters. So luckily for us, Direwolf has sort of showed us time and time again that they're remarkably reasonable and level-headed and competent to some extent, which is always nice to know that your bosses are. So they are kind of like, yep, that's okay, fine. That makes sense. We are told that there is still a job for us to do, but that the Thule situation is being handled. We also find out, of course, that the bus driver that we've met before in the first sessions, he was Squirp in disguise, Shockar.
Who is Squirp?
The Squirp is a Thule. He's a good guy Thule. Yeah.
Right.
He predates
in
the
the-
Thule invasion.
Yeah, and he has been in all of the other campaigns basically. He's helped Direwolf all along.
I'll trust him when he doesn't eat my brain.
Well, to be fair, he continuously don't eat your brain. He has not been doing anything but not eating your brain since you met him.
He has to do it more. I love him.
So Kaito and Zara has a lovely little chat where Zara is anxious because she feels like things are kind of finally at a part where she sort of she had a mission, but now she sort of starts to feel like she's lost her focus a bit. But Kaito helped find a new purpose and keep looking at the the current dangers ahead and focus on that. And then after 2 weeks of some boring missions, some regular kind of this is your day job kind of missions, we are called into a meeting room, and it sort of starts becoming immediately apparent that something is fucky wucky with this mission, as Moen sort of says that he's not responsible for the mission, and that Commander Harriet directly is supervising it, and says that Salazar and Diego and someone we haven't met yet are going to be working with us on this mission, and we are introduced to Mr. Campbell, who is Matthias's new character. And we are apparently not allowed to have any electronics because we're not to be traced back to Direwolf.
Not just electronics, anything that could link you to Direwolf.
Identifiable.
So you have, you've been given electronics. You've been given burner phones with like fake apps installed, just to look like normal people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those of us who can pass as normal people, of course. I don't think a clean burner phone will help prevent me from being. You're
just a very small normal person.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So apparently a bunch of dead Black Fox agents have been located, and Diego and Salazar, they were coming with us because they could speak to the dead. And the rest of us has been requested personally. Zara found out that this was because Nas had actually specified or had requested us to be there, which is concerning. And it's important to note we are infiltrating and we don't want to be discovered by Black Fox, so we need to be careful. And apparently whatever killed the Black Fox agents, we don't necessarily need to kill, because it's not like we're friends with Black Fox. It's not like we're going to go and save them. We just need to know what the fuck's going on. Sound about right, Thomas?
Yep. I believe Harriet specifically said, if whatever killed them is still there, let them deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to Brezhnevo in Lithuania.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Is that a headquarters?
And we're teleporting.
You're teleporting there. Little retcon there. I moved the location slightly because the only good map I could find had a lake on it. So I moved, but you're only just a tiny bit south of where I originally posted. And
where was it that you originally posted?
It's in the Direwolf chat somewhere. I can also, find it.
Yeah,
I updated the link.
Brezhnevo Bunkerish.
Yeah, that is. I updated that. I should have updated it.
There's Google Maps, yeah.
I can't find it. There it is, maybe.
Oh, that sure is a place in Lithuania.
So it is now a place called Kazlishkai, which is in the... Where did the district go? Kazloruda district, just southwest of Kaunas.
In Litauen.
Yeah, Lithuania.
Did you have a map of that?
You can use Google. There is a link in the Discord chat somewhere, if you just scroll up a bit.
I did find a link, but that's the link with the lake next to that.
Yeah, the lake house is where you are.
Oh, okay.
He updated the link.
Or the link is where you're.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you wanted less C.
No.
No, he needed more C.
I needed more because
Even
the
more
map had
C.
water in it, and
Right. That way. Yeah. No, I'm with you.
But yes, before you go on this mission, though, as you mentioned, Alistair, there was a bit of spare time where you were recovering and doing some minor mission. I also gave a couple of you some extra information, which you had asked for me beforehand, for your characters. So, during this idle time of smaller casual missions, now that you have the updated information on your character, Fabhawk, and I don't think we'll do Ezra because he's still not technically introduced at this point during the downtime.
Yeah, just skip him.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I think we've basically done the downtime, you and me,
Yeah,
behind the scenes. I
exactly.
mean, it's fine.
Exactly. But Kaito, was there anything specific now that you have the information from your trip to Japan previous downtime? Is there anything specific you want to do this downtime? You are muted, by the way.
All right. I might want to do a little bit down low investigation,
Mm-hmm.
kind of just poking to see if I can find any information on the names I got.
Mm-hmm. If you want to share,
as well as
if your
sure.
character actually wants to talk to the other players about your trip, then you can obviously
True.
tell them the names and they might know.
Actually, probably at some point when Kaito is hanging out with Zara, because they were going to the shooting range at the end of last time.
Yeah.
So probably like after we've done that, and we kind of come down somewhere semi-private, and just go, Zara?
Yeah.
So, from what I've gathered, you know Ninit, right?
I mean, I get, yeah. Why?
Do you I have a couple of names? I'm just wondering if you know who these are, because there does seem to be some stirrings over in Japan,
Okay.
and she apparently visited there.
Nana did.
Yeah.
In person?
When you apparently, but she left before I came. You know, I went to visit back home.
Yeah, of course.
Earlier.
You missed like loads of gun range training.
Yeah, well, that's just what happens.
I hope
Anyway.
you did what I told you and practiced while there.
Oh no, this was before we started practicing.
Oh, right, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Japan trip
right,
was a
okay,
while
right.
ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was during the downtime.
Because, because we've already, like, our characters have discussed the whole Overture thing, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Like you've discussed it
Yeah,
a
we have
bit. But I think what you learned now, on Discord, what I told you, I think that's been like simmering a bit, right? You haven't like it wasn't obvious, but it's been annoying you and bugging you that you don't know more. And I think now is like you have your second downtime now, and it's like, okay, now you have time to think.
Yeah.
You're not on red alert hunting aliens anymore. So you've got time to relax and think, and that's when it's kind of bubbled up again, and you're like, huh. That's what I think is coming up.
Because the thing is, did I ever tell you why I got transferred to Direwolf?
No, but I suspect it had something to do with Pyrian having an oh shit. Yeah. I think, yeah.
Pyrian? No.
No. Go on.
I didn't know Pyrian was part of anything Direwolf until I met him.
Well, I mean, you met him. I mean, we all went. That's the first thing we did together. I mean, you came to. Okay, yeah, never mind. Why did you get transferred?
So, I've been kind of on the whole sort of investigation of the whole Orochi thing.
Yeah.
But from Japan. So, I was transferred here to help Direwolf's side of things, but like, you know, it's been over a year and nothing freaking happens.
Yeah.
And it does seem like things are stirring. At least Japan
Orochi
seems to think
thinks.
stuff is. I suspect so. I mean, I do know Nanette Kami was involved in the situation back then, and the fact that she's back in Japan now, or has been, is I feel like there's something there, you know? Something that might happen soon.
There's been a lot of things with Direwolf and Orochi that have kind of been shrouded in a bit of secrecy. That's
yeah, but like I'm specifically helping out because of that, and I hear nothing. And you can see like Kaito is a little bit like annoyed.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is my experience that if you're trying to gain information from somebody being defensive and secretive, that if you go on the offensive, they tend to go a bit on the defensive and clam up, and well, they get like a little suspicious as to why you're so eagerly trying to get this information.
They are very well aware why I'm trying to get this information. I am officially on the job for this. It makes more sense.
Yeah.
It's more weird that I'm not getting this information. Anyway, what I was going to ask you, you have been around the block. You know things. So maybe you are aware, and you're good at, collecting information.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering, I have a couple of names, and I wondered if you might have some information or know who some of them are, because that might, get my investigation going.
Sort of eyes you a little suspiciously. Okay, go on. What names?
Okay. Surachi Sacho, Ibanobichi Sama, Arifon Susan, and Copperbucho. And I will write them in the chat. And I definitely butchered all of those names, but pretend Kaito said them flawlessly.
Okay. Does Sarah know any of these names?
I'd say you know one. You recognize one immediately.
Mm-hmm.
When Kaito says the last one, Coppa Bucho, you immediately think copper, as in penny copper.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Because you know
yeah.
penny well, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
recognize that coppa is copper.
Mm-hmm.
But the others, you would need to. You can roll a history, I think, or society. Yeah,
yes.
society. It's gonna be hard though for you. No.
Yeah.
Just a bit of meta. I would suggest you as well ask the other players as well.
Yeah.
But let's just do this
we
one
can
first.
retcon it to have the other players be here as well when I'm talking about it. I don't mind.
Mm.
The singular other play. No, wait.
Yeah.
Kane is also here. Right.
Kane's
Yeah.
here.
Sorry.
Kane is here. And Kane is from actually Kane is originally from Archangel. He would have different contacts.
Yeah.
So actually,
Zara,
so
Sarah goes. I mean, the last name kind of. It might be Penny. Maybe I don't know. It's weird.
You can.
No, this.
You can. Kaito, you can.
Yep.
Let me just see if the names are still in my history here. You can help Zara along by saying that the Bucho part of the name is an honorific title for a executive.
Yeah, I can explain all of the suffixes.
Yeah, so Shacho is like a president of a company or a owner of a corporation kind of thing. So the name wouldn't include the Sacho. It would be Surachi. And the same with Coppa. Bucho is like an executive or a leader of an organization. So it would just be the Coppa part. And that's when I think you recognize, oh, yeah, that's just Penny's name. He's called Penny Copper. I think that's when you explain that the Bucho is not part of the name.
Oh yeah, no, that's Penny. What does Penny to do with anything? Huh.
All those names were just kind of mentioned around the entire situation in Japan, so it does seem like something is stirring there.
I mean, mentioned. What do you mean mentioned? Like, in relation
Well, visitors to Sere.
Right. Oh. Okay.
From other factions, like, is, listening around. Things like that.
Okay. If Penny's there, then... I have to think on this a bit. I can't tell you anything concretely now because it's all just conjecture, but... why don't you ask the others? Maybe they know
Sure.
something.
And I will ask the others.
Yeah. So next time you all meet up, you ask.
Basically go through the same thing.
Basically go through the same names. And again, I think this time you just don't say the Sacho, Sama-san, and Butcho parts. Realizing that might help confuse things.
Yeah.
And I think Kane, I think you pick up. Are you here? Yeah, you're here. I think
I remember.
you pick up on the first one, Srachi, because the spelling, obviously, you don't see the spelling, but when she says it, and she says it fast enough, like Srachi, you kind of think that sounds like your boss, because the head of Archangel is called Slatch.
Yes, I relay this. Srirachi might be referring to the head of Archangel, Thatch. I suppose the pronunciation might change a bit.
I'll find his
But
actual full name so you can have it in the notes. Just confused why my Notion sidebar is not showing anything.
Nope.
There it is. It was collapsed. And it didn't have an icon indicating you could uncollapse it. Great. Faction. Archangel. Adrian Slatch.
Adrian
Is the
Slatch.
head.
Yes. I mean, as the head of Archangel, it would be surprising if he's involved, though I must say I am not briefed on this situation you're involved with.
Kai just starts talking about it, just stops. How much of that was classified? Oof.
No worries. I'll go through the proper channels and see what is open.
This guy does a little bit of show how classified some of that is, because like he's been aware of it for reasons. So
Yeah.
well, I'm just saying it's probably not important right now, but I feel like there might be some big stuff coming soon.
Let's see. And it sounds
like
right.
so many organizations are meeting up.
Yes. And it sounds frustrating being the official liaison and seemingly being kept outside of it.
Yeah, it's a little bit annoying, yeah. Yep.
Nice. I will say as well, the rest of you, including Kane, Kane, Kaito, Rai, can also roll societies just for the other two names.
Also, just written, can I do a rest? I assume we're not still wounded from the fight?
Yep. Fully heal yourself.
Martin, your role is a GM only one? Is it different on the thingy?
I can reveal it. Fine.
See, it should be blind game roll, right?
It doesn't really matter for this.
Fair enough.
Rai, you don't recognize the names at all. Jeremiah,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Kaito, you do not. Jeremiah. Alfonso is clearly the Japanese pronunciation of Alphonse.
I figured out.
Based on the fact that Copper and Slatch were identified, you can assume that the Alphonse in question is let me just find the right group. The Alphonse in question you assume would be Benoit Alphonse,
Oh.
who is the second in command for the Haris Hawarik, which is the
Can you write that
which is the agency which I can post the thing. Actually, in world. Factions. Show to players. There you go. The Harris, the yellow
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And I can write his name though, because it's. I think that's how it's spelled.
It is really the whole gang coming together, isn't it?
Benoit Alphonse.
Yeah.
He's the second in command. I'm posting his.
Well, then I start probably kind of
because
start
he is
suspecting Ibanuichi as being from the Blast faction or something.
Bogov, yeah. Wouldn't be surprising.
Would be surprising.
Yeah, either Saimai or Iskatelli.
Yeah.
But kind of would reacted to names from Seimei because he was in Seimei.
Yeah.
You do know that the two leaders of yours, Nakahara and Yamanaka, were also unavailable that whole time. You didn't see them at all. So you can assume they were probably in on whatever meetings were going on.
Yeah, that makes
You can
sense.
assume that now that you know that it's other leaders.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Are we just leaving Brazil and South America to fend for themselves?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, they have cartels. They do deal things. They literally,
Right.
like when it comes to the occult, they are actually dealing with it themselves.
Fair enough. They have a more decentralized system.
Yeah. They probably do have some kind of like dedicated squad for it, but it's all very unofficial, and they don't cooperate with the other countries, which is why they're not on the map.
Also, just a very quick question. Is Seimei and Direwolf more allied than others because they're using the same color?
Seimei is a subsidiary of Direwolf.
I see.
Which is after World War II, the whole Japan isn't allowed to have certain types of companies be too big. The Zaibatsu, as they were called, were not allowed to exist anymore, which is why Seimei, which used to be Seimei Zaibatsu, they got subsidiaried under Direwolf to be able to stay working.
For political reasons, yeah.
Political reasons, yay! So yeah, you got a bit of information there. And then you have the meeting where you are introduced to the mission, you hand over all your identification and devices.
Well, maybe other people wanted to do stuff in those 2 weeks. That wasn't me.
Yeah. That's very fair. You can,
Yeah.
Is there anything specific? Yeah. I mean, like, it's, as I said, you are still doing, like, small things, missions, so you can't, like, really do too much. Like, I'm going to go to the Feywild and just chill for 2 weeks. You can't really do that.
Yeah.
But you can obviously do retraining. You can do, if there's any specific kind of shopping you want to try and do, spend hero points, all that kind of stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
Kind of normal downtimes. So yeah, let's go through it then. Alistair.
Yeah, I think Zara, her downtime spent mostly with the R&D department, trying to figure out a way to gain, the humanoid shape stuff we talked about, trying to find a way for her to be able to temporarily appear human.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got she's doing research on like fairy tales. Like one of the things that she has brought forward is the Ash, what the fuck is it called? the evil stepmother, and
Yeah.
she goes to a ball, and at midnight she
Cinderella?
dressed, yeah,
Cinderella.
Cinderella. Basically, yeah, she is like references the fairy tale Cinderella, and be like, can we do something like this?
I think while you're doing all your research as well, you find out that you find one book which annoys you, but you kind of have to look at it because it's apparently written by Naz, and it's about perfecting the art of illusions. And you're like, you're just like, you open it up and it's like, okay, this book is just him bragging about himself. He's not a good author.
It's terrible. Yeah, it's terribly written.
Yeah.
I can tell you.
So horribly
And
written.
you know, I imagine it's very short, not a book. It's a pamphlet.
Yeah.
Almost size. And it's written in the way you would write it when you were like doing homework. You have to make a written assignment of something.
Yeah, I get
Like,
that vibe.
write a short pamphlet about an expert topic or something like that, and it's like
reading, skimming through it, you find out that there's no actual how to get better at illusions or anything. It's just like how cool they are.
Be an ass.
Yeah, how to be an ass, how to and like how much fun you can have, and how awesome illusions are. So after like skimming through it, there's one useful information you get out of it, and that's that there's one thing that Naz was very right about, and that is that illusions may actually be one of the strongest kinds, and what you're looking for, because illusions are not tangible. They don't actually alter your shape, which means there's nothing like. You don't need to be as careful because you're not gonna fuck yourself up. Right? It's just a visual, like an illusion, which means you can you can theoretically then have any size and shape. You can trick people's minds into seeing what you want, etc. Right? So it's going to be much easier than an actual like shape change to get big. It's going to be a lot more versatile, that kind of thing. So that's the one thing you get out of the book, is that like illusion magic is probably the way to go.
Yeah.
The book doesn't help with anything else except confirming that illusion is the way to go.
It's like, for fuck's sake, Naz. I think Zara, obviously doesn't know about the upcoming mission, but she goes like, I need to talk to Naz and see if he can get some actual fucking good information on this guy. Maybe he can help me find this out. So I think that adds a bit to the, when we get the mission and find out it's Naz, Zara goes like, that's convenient. Then maybe that's something I can hash out during the mission when I find the fucker.
Yeah, and then moving on down the list, Rye.
Nothing interesting to report here.
Okay, so you're just working in the workshop.
Yes. Rye keeps going down the semi-destructive path she's already on her way on.
Wait, what? Is she not doing well?
Just ignore that.
Fair enough. Yeah, Kane will. I think a lot of his downtime is different. Like his different aspect of looking into his father's research, which, as it turns out, his father was very versed in occultism. I think what I'll essentially discover here is I'll return a spell. Because now that I have striking runes, I don't need the spell that gives me striking rune.
That's fair.
Yep.
Yeah, so he'll look into that.
Okay, this dude's character sheet is just completely messed up. Okay, fun.
Yeah. And if he gets any tidbits on his dad that you want to give, just throw those in there sometime.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to do it right now, but
okay.
Just in general.
So yeah, then we go to the meeting.
Woo.
You meet up with Harriet, Silver, and Simmons, and are introduced to Campbell, Ezra Campbell. As mentioned, you hand over all your devices and IDs, and are given burner phones, and told to go to the, I believe, it's R&D lab has a ritual room where they will make a portal for you. It is urgent, so basically just grab your gear and go. You are going to be checking out this death site, which they call it.
Gear.
A death site?
It's a site of lots of corpses.
Wow, that is hardcore.
At that side.
A death site.
Site of death.
Yeah, not that side, but death side.
I think, Zara, you would have heard that name before, because it's not very common, and it's always like this needs some careful investigation. Because there have been death sites before where it's like, I don't know, like ritualistic mass suicide kind of things. The spirit that decides to nuke everyone in a small area.
The fun stuff.
Yeah, the fun stuff. Sometimes it's a fae who has gone berserk and thinks it would be funny to do put bodies in a circle and make them in funny shapes. I don't know. But they're called death sites because something or someone has clearly killed a lot of people and left the bodies there, so in the open.
Right.
And that's what this is.
Quick question. I am. Oh wait, I can. Oh wait, never mind. I can move my own view over to the Direwolf HQ.
Yeah. You know what? I can't. No matter light is making me not look like an eldritch ghost on stream. So I'm gonna run and see if I can get a lighter T-shirt.
Yeah.
It's because of the way that Thomas has set up the green screen stuff, or the.
Because we don't have a green
it's
screen.
Always
so.
the person at the bottom that gets fucked by it. I think it's something like that.
No, it's black.
I mean,
dark.
it's just that he cuts out black.
Yeah.
And Martin doesn't have a lot of face light in her setup.
Yeah.
Does he only cut out black?
Yes.
Yeah. That's
because
not
we use
black.
it to
That's
cut out
reflecting
the
your screen.
thing.
But you can see on Alistair, it also cuts out his headset and the.
It looks like I got porn on my. Okay, no, it stopped working now. It was just looking like it got auto blur on the back of my book. So.
But yeah, it's because to get the nice camera frames, I need to remove the background from Discord, which is black. Yeah, that's that. Anyway, we will continue. You've grabbed your gear. I will pull you over here quickly.
Really before we pull us on, I forgot to give Ezra gear again. And so just quick. Oh yeah, this is the page with the stores. Lovely, thank you.
That's why I pulled you over.
I don't have any wealth though. How much do I start with? Just real quick.
Honestly, you're really good at finding that list. I suck at finding it.
Wealth by level.
Yeah.
3rd level.
Since we're doing upkeep anyway, are we doing group XP? Or do I just leave it from where it was 2 seconds ago?
We have group XP.
You have group XP, so you should be at 630,
right.
Both of you.
Oh, it's automatic. Wonderful.
Yeah, I gave you XP last session.
Look at that.
Ezra, though, you need to. I'll set it for you.
The DM auto applies XP to us.
Actually, last session I had to do it manually because the marker doesn't work anymore. But yeah, generally I do it for everyone.
Yeah.
Sent it to you there, Matthias.
Thank you very much.
22 gold.
I sent it to you. You have to look at your level.
Okay, awesome. Table. Mesa.
Yeah, I think I will. What I will do is I will drag these over to the actual map, the shops, just so you can continue shopping in Lemur. But then at least the other players can begin. I don't know why. Yeah. This is. I just need to fix the names quickly. And that would be sporting goods. Because apparently copying the tokens over ruined the names. Right, because then I will activate this map for you all.
Da-da-da.
And then I will check that the party is correct. It is. Sarah, Rai, Kaito, Jeremiah, and Campbell. Clown car.
Hey.
Bloop.
Sorry, there we go. So yeah, welcome to the site. Also, I just want to say you guys have no idea how hard it is to find good tokens of dead modern soldiers lying on the ground. So they have to have skulls and that's it. I wanted to have corpses, but that's hard to find.
So you can't auto-generate it because the AIs won't let you.
Ah.
I mean, yeah, but also you could just do like a guy lying down or sleeping. That's good enough and cover him in blood later. But it's just AI sucks at making tokens or like top-down characters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So no, you have Black Box tokens with a skull on it. That'll have to do. So I will say one thing before we start. This is an investigation scene. There are multiple clues around the map that you can uncover. Salazar and Simmons will be, Silver and Simmons will be performing a ritual together to speak with dead. It takes time for them to cast. During that time, you can get your own information. If you want to loot them, go ahead. You can loot the corpses. However, I want you to tell me what you are taking, because some things might take a bit longer time to get off them, and I am tracking time. So every action you do, including taking things from bodies, will cost you time. You don't need to actually walk around like in turn or anything, but I do want, like, if you're investigating the up by the door, move your character next to him, just so that if something happens, you are in the right positions.
Yeah. So quick point of clarification. Direwolf is not supposed to be here, correct?
Who?
Direwolf.
Yeah, your Direwolf isn't here.
Us.
No, you're not Direwolf.
Exactly, yeah.
You're random people.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. So Jeremiah is not summoning Kabael.
Yeah. Okay. Then we can unpause it.
Because that is an identifying entity.
It's sussy.
Identifying feature.
I want you all to select for your initiative. You can. I'm just looking at the skill list. You can select either perception, medicine, or I guess society.
Would this be probably not, but I'm just gonna ask just in case. Would this trigger my gladiator thing? That I can shift my initiative to be performance?
I don't think that, no, because there's no audience.
Okay.
The audience is dead.
Yeah. The initiative now is basically just so that I have an order to go by when asking what you want to do.
Tracker.
It's not actually.
Yeah. Okay. What did you say the choices were from?
Perception.
That I could choose.
Perception, was it perception, society, medicine? I think.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. Is that an exhaustive list, or can we suggest other things?
You can suggest others.
Yeah, I would like to try occultism to see if anything.
That's fine.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Strange
also,
and spooky or something.
Yeah. Also, the 4 magic ones. So nature, occultism, arcana, and religion. You can also pick if you want.
So.
Okay.
Again, it doesn't really matter
and-
what you pick. That's up to you. This is just so that I have an order to go by.
this was the initiative. Okay, sure, yeah.
This is for initiative. Select it on your initiative on the left
Oh,
side.
okay. That I'll just do normal perception, I guess. I thought this was a skill roll.
Then I will just roll all.
My perception is pretty good, so I'll just leave it on perception. Hate to ask this question, but I feel it's relevant because I'm buying it. What kind of armor are we wearing? Considering that we are going covert.
Bulletproof vests and stuff.
Are we though?
I mean, things that can go under clothes.
I mean, you don't.
I'm using my vest.
You can still use like military grade stuff. You just remove the
We can
DIREWOLF
be-
logos. Like you can be a PMC. You can have, if you really want to be an asshole, you can put like a fake Iskateli Bogov logo on and pretend you're the Russian team, right? Like as long as you're not identified as Direwolf, you can wear whatever the hell you want.
Right.
I'm just a rogue fae out for her own.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
no joke.
K-I-S,
No joke with your party
I-N-E.
composition. If the two foxes turned into foxes, you could literally just be a rogue group of fae. They might assume you're the strays or that you're kingmakers. Who knows, right? You're just a rogue group of fae.
Yeah.
Actually, could I be introduced to Mr. Was it
Yes,
Ezra Campbell?
Yeah, because you would have said hi
Campbell.
at the meeting.
Campbell.
So go ahead and describe yourself again, Campbell.
Campbell is 30-somethings white Scottish male. I'll try, but I don't know if I can do it. He does speak with a Scottish accent. He seems pretty straightforward and stand-up bitch. I don't know. That's not the word. He seems pretty like. He seems to be what he looks like, which is a pretty like a normal human male. He doesn't have any like obvious supernatural things going on. But when you just watch him like interact with the scene of this event, you can see that his eyes are just moving around, cataloging, weighing, observing. He's clearly got a keen mind.
Yeah, and probably. Well, I'm assuming an experienced investigator of some kind.
He is.
That might just be me.
Yeah. If you haven't had much time to talk to him, but I'll just give you this information so that like you have it as a player. He used to be an investigative journalist, and he's traveled the world writing stories and getting to know people and doing deep dives on a lot of different topics. So he's used to like chasing down a lead, chasing down the story, digging the truth out of murky situations. And this is definitely not known by you because it's not known by Direwolf, but he is also a journalist in The Whale Unveiled. He does contribute articles to that magical newspaper on occasions.
Bit of a side hustle, yeah.
Do you want me to reveal which author you are, or do you want to keep that a secret?
No, it could be a secret. You guys can guess. You can read the newspapers and guess. He's writing under a pseudonym.
Of course.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yes, obviously.
But he is Direwolf proper, not like me and Kaita who are alone.
He is Direwolf proper. You can you answer that.
He's Grey Wolf. So he's from the
Nordic.
No, it's still England or Europe, but it's the Intel department.
Ah, right.
There's wolf, but not dire wolf.
Yes.
Yeah. Right, yeah, of course, because the parent organization is Wolf, and then we are,
Yeah.
Direwolf is the specifically the response teams.
Okay. Reasonable. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's good enough. Right. So yeah, that's the new guy.
Well,
Then we have rolled initiative. We will begin encounter, even though we don't actually have to have an encounter. It's just, again, for the order. I couldn't sort it without, I don't think, beginning. Anyway. The Diego and Silver are going to go here because it has the most bodies and begin their ritual. It's going to take time, but that's what they're doing.
I'm just going to do some housekeeping on.
That's fine. Right. Free of charge, I can give a brief overview. If you want any more details, you will roll.
Sure.
What do you
Give
want
us a brief overview.
So as you come into this area, you see a cabin by the side of a lake, a boat, a small rowboat by the dock. You see an immediate batch of corpses and huge blood splatter on the left side of the road here, where the two others went. There are a couple of other bodies spread around, one by the door, one on the road, and one to the left of the cabin. There is also it's a bit hard to tell from here, but there is something in the wooded area that has, that, like, you can see broken branches and a bit of smoke from where you are. That is the very brief overview. So, right. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
I'll go in and check on whatever's over here.
Yeah.
And I'll collide with a tree on the way.
So this is a drone, very similar to the one that the other guy had. I can't remember his name right now, but it's not important.
Assassin Man.
Yeah, Assassin Man. It is very similar. It is a Black Box drone, which you can investigate with a perception, I guess, or if you have anything specific you want to do instead. Try and search it.
Crafting or engineering lore?
Yeah.
Yep, you can roll either. Lore would have it lower DC, because lore always does.
Loring it up.
Lowering it up.
So this, I'm going to say I'm trying something new with this encounter as well. I got flagged several times by ChatGPT for talking about dead bodies. But I managed to get away with it.
You're naughty, man.
I managed to get away with it. And I basically described. This was very fun because I knew what I wanted to have happened. So I described historically everything that happened step by step, and then showed it the map, and it managed to identify.
Cut out.
No, I cut out.
No.
For me, okay. From my end, you cut out
Anyway,
for a bit at least.
It managed to identify the corpses, and then I asked it to give me clues for the players and describe each spot, and it actually kind of worked. Though it was constantly saying, "Is this within our policy?" Like, you're talking about splattered corpses. Anyway,
there's a suspicious amount of corpses there. I'm not comfortable with this.
Anyway, so as you search the forested area, you come across the scene of destruction amidst the trees. Broken branches and disturbed underbrush lead you to the crash site of a familiar-looking drone. The drone itself is a mess of twisted metal and shattered components. You got a 14. You believe it was shot from the tree, or not from the tree. You believe it was shot and then fell through the tree line. That is what you get.
Yeah. Do I get more actions now, or do we move on to the next question?
Now I'll go to the next one. It's not, because this isn't normal turns with 3 actions. You can go anywhere you want. Movement isn't an issue. This is more like, what are you investigating?
Exactly. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. And you're spending time on each investigation. Jeremiah.
Yes. Just a matter question. Does anybody have medicine?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good. Then I will stay far away because my medicine is incredibly mediocre. I'm just very curious what killed me.
I think, sort of strategy-wise, by the way, I think I will do just one round of investigation and then I will go Overwatch. Just to make sure nothing sneaks up on us and kind of be security.
Can I hold my action?
We don't know if the thing is still here.
Also true. Also, can I hold my action until we get some more information?
I mean, we get more information by using our actions.
True, but I want medicine information, and my medicine sucks.
There's plenty of
Also, I
investigate something else.
Yeah.
I can't move. Martin lacks permission to update token in parent scene.
What?
Oh, now I can move. Oh.
Did you have the right
token selected? Yeah. I mean, maybe not. I thought out. Yeah, I will go over and do some occultism around the bodies.
Yep.
I want to see. Yeah. Or I mean, there are more of them here, so I'll do this, guys.
You do the group? Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. More bodies means more chances for spooky shit. And sorry, it's been so long since I played. Blind GM roll is like the default when you do like a knowledge check or other thing like that, right?
Yeah.
If it's horrible, I'll hear a bunch.
Yeah.
Was that a yes, please do?
No, I'm just confirming that yes. I re-roll it with your hero point, I think. Or I'll tell you if I'll allow you to re-roll, basically.
Thank you.
I will do a snooze on that. So the soldiers' bodies are marked with unnervingly clean cuts, as if sliced by an impossibly sharp blade. Limbs are severed with surgical precision. Torsos are cleaved in half, and heads neatly separated from necks. This is why ChatGPT doesn't like me. The cuts are so clean that some of the soldiers appear to have fallen apart mid-motion, their expressions frozen in shock and horror. Your occultism does ping. You chose the right skill. Because what you can tell is that all the corpses here seem to have died at the exact same time, which is impossible. Like, no human could do this. And even if you had like several humans all attacking at the same time, that's just so unlikely that they would manage to actually surround these soldiers.
This is the death kami, isn't it?
Does Zara say that?
Yeah. Yeah, Zara does say that. Just seeing all of this carnage and just sort of like, oh no.
What is that?
What have we done?
I'm not familiar. Actually, am I familiar?
No,
it was before they met you.
You're not.
I will allow Zara to explain to you more on her turn if she wants. But Kaito, investigation. What do you want to do?
Kaito wanna. He was planning on going up to check out the house thing, but like there's a corpse in the way, so he's gonna investigate the corpse.
Yep. The corpse isn't blocking. You can go in, and the door is open.
Well, he's gonna investigate the corpse because it's there.
Yeah.
It would just be rude to walk past it, you know?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So you can. What do you want to roll?
Depends on what I find on the body.
That's fair. So, yeah, you want to do a perception first because it's a dead body. If you want to search it, you will be rolling a perception.
I'll be rolling a perception first then.
Yep.
Because I can just click the body and see what it has, and there's a thing I want to do there. But
Yeah.
Go on, see if Kaito finds stuff. Public or
secret?
Secret.
The body lies slumped to the side of the cabin door. His head tilted to one side, and limbs are sprawled awkwardly, indicating a sudden and violent fall. Checking your roll. He has a single clean bullet wound visible in the center of his forehead, indicating a precise fatal shot. There's also a small bullet hole in the door at the same height as the dead soldier. Now, you got a pretty good roll, so you also notice beside the body there are 2 bullet casings. But they do not match his rifle. I don't think you're too good with guns, so I won't tell you what type they are.
Okay.
But you can tell they don't match his rifle.
Okay. What I was actually after was the thing that was on his body that I can see, but I wasn't sure if I could metagame say that I just found it.
Yeah. No, you've searched him now, so you can take something if you want. What do you want to take?
Yes. I want to take the notebook.
Take it.
This is the thing I have a scribe lore, but I might have to do that next turn.
You can.
In what
you
interface
can look.
did you see that in the notebook?
I found a notebook on him, but I have scribe lore, so it might help me figure stuff out from it.
Ooh.
You can look at it, what it says straight away.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Let's see.
Because it won't help you much.
It might be important.
No, it won't. Okay, that's fine. For the rest of you guys, that's what it says.
Written in cipher. So I will say,
I will also
because of your scribe lore, you can try and decipher it, but that will take time, and you probably don't want to do it now.
That's fine.
Yeah.
No. I'll pocket it.
Yeah.
And then I'll also kind of look at Sarah and go, you know guns better than me. There's some weird stuff going on here.
You mean bullets?
Yeah, but like they're not his.
Weird bullets.
Okay, well, I'm not really great with calibers and stuff, considering I have my own fucking caliber that I only exclusively work with.
Since you're so small, right? All the different sizes become a lot more apparent. Ooh.
He's 3 feet.
Literally this tall.
Well, sorry about that. And kind of starts mumbling at you and starts back to the investigation.
Zara, what do you want to investigate? You wanted to do one round.
All right, so Sarah is doing the Poirot kind of moving in.
One hand behind your back.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, so, Black Fox PMC mercilessly killed by a brutally efficient killer. Clearly, they were hunting something. Their drones were out. They were looking for something in the cabin, and they found it. Now, Lithuania is not very far from where we previously met upon our Black Fox PMC friends. a few more steps.
Not very far, like it's bigger than Norway and England combined.
Germany, essentially the same country, it's fine.
I suspect that we were contacted here because of the strays. And, well, what entity do we know that is under the protection of the strays that rather be kept hidden in some secluded part of the forest? And if disturbed, would be what?
Classified!
I think sort of
Classified!
If we were to find this to be the truth...
Please, go on.
If we were to find out that this were the truth, then, I mean, they would know anyways, right?
It was explicitly classified!
I mean, we're on a classified mission. If these guys aren't supposed to know this stuff, they're fucked anyway.
Silver turns to you and says, "We're not on a mission. We're rogues." And then he continues the ritual.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, you're fucking rogues, right?
Here.
Okay, well, a kind of like message to Kaito. Then what do you expect us to do then, huh? If it's indeed Ren.
I'm just saying, you shouldn't probably shout it out loud who it is while we're doing the investigation.
Okay, but you agree with me that this is clearly Ren, right?
Potentially, but let me do an investigation on it too.
All right, well, I'll go look out for him then. And then I think Zara is going to fly, because she can do that now! Oh! Just very slowly.
Yeah.
Did you get a rune of flying?
No, it's errata.
And you gotta land in between every 15 feet you fly.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's still flying!
You're basically moon jumping.
Yeah, it's 30 feet. Because you can one action to give yourself 15-foot fly speed, 2 actions to fly.
So
So
yeah,
it's 30
it's
feet.
Right.
Every 30 feet.
it's basically like you look like one of those really bad CG or not even CG, but where they like lift someone with a wire and you're like slowly hovering
Yeah.
towards the top of the tree where you just sit.
I think in reality it's more like she's using it to like jump, like kind of quite far, right?
Flutter step.
Flutter step, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to get
That's
up
also like
to
a
one of
spell.
the. I want to get up to one of the tallest trees.
Yep.
And I just want to kind of have Overwatch, and I'm also looking for the lake because this motherfucker
Ooh.
has an affinity for showing up in reflections. So I'm gonna tell
What?
I'm gonna tell Kaito to go like, hey, could you like go hang out by the lake for a bit and just look at yourself, and then in message say the name Ren. Thank you. And then
I'm not that vain.
Wouldn't you ask Rai to do that, seeing as Rai is the person?
Oh yeah,
that
actually, yeah, I will do that. I will do that with Ray. Yeah, because you had a good rapport.
Mm.
And that's my turn.
Yeah, Ezra, what do you want to investigate?
Yes. Ezra, having seen all you guys run to the different corpses and start yelling state secrets out into the open.
Hey, I'm innocent.
Because you're ignorant.
Correct. Correct.
He wants to walk over and investigate. He's going to. Nobody's looked inside the cabin yet, right?
Nope.
No, I didn't get that far,
No.
so you can do it if you want.
Oh yeah, I have to track movement. I thought this was like
No,
a
no,
bit
no, no.
abstracted.
I just did something else first.
On the
And
way
I
there.
took my action. So you can go past me and do it.
Yeah, okay, I'll check out the cabin then.
A question then, was the bullet that I found that went through the door and the guy coming from inside or outside? Like, which way did it go?
That's fun to know.
Just checking. You got a good enough roll to realize it came from inside.
Yeah,
Oh.
I will
Came from
mention
inside
this
the
to you
house.
as you come close to me. That this guy was shot from someone that was inside the hut.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Lemur?
We're waiting for
You're waiting for me
Lemur to
action.
do anything.
Yeah, I want to go inside the.
And go inside.
Maybe I have to actually go inside. Yeah, sorry,
the door
my
was.
bad.
The door was supposed to be open.
Yeah.
I set up this fancy system, and the door was. I set up a secondary wall behind the door that prevented you from seeing in from the mountain, but as soon as you got close, you could see in because you're on the right level.
Nice.
But the door was closed. Yay!
Yeah.
Okay, so inside the cabin there are 2 rooms. Let me just yeah, there's 2 rooms. What seems like a small living room with a table and a bedroom. I can give you the brief description already. The living room has a sturdy wooden table with 3 chairs. One of the chairs is fallen over as if someone had gotten up in a hurry. On the table there are some maps and notes. Anything else will require a roll.
Is there anything odd about what's going on? You know what
I know what
talking
you're talking about, and I'd say not without a roll, no, because you're kind of expecting this. Like it's a mess. It looks like someone rushed out of here in a hurry, which you're kind of expecting. There's nothing odd about that, but
All right. Okay.
One thing, it looked based on like what's on there's nothing on the shelves, and there's as I said, there's some papers on the table. So the odd thing is that this doesn't look like it's been lived in. It looks like someone was just crashing here for a while.
I'm gonna lean over the table and look at the maps and notes then.
Yeah, you can roll me whatever you want to roll. What do you think is the best? If not, do a perception.
Perception. In my sense, blind GM roll. I would say that I'm pursuing a lead in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember how. A new character, I don't know how it plays yet, so sorry if I'm stumbling around a bit.
That's fine.
No worries.
I'm just gonna do that. Right. Yeah. So, notes. On the table are some maps and notes, including maps of Poland and Lithuania. Both maps have strange markings on them, little unidentifiable icons.
Huh.
Some of them are crossed out. Near the doorway, there lies an empty bullet casing. You, as an investigator, I will allow you to know the type as well. It seems to be from a semi-automatic hunting rifle. There's a painting of you got a very good roll. There's a painting of the cabin hanging on the wall. Like this cabin. It catches your attention due to the mystical and eerie style. The picture clearly shows this cabin, but with eyes glowing from within its shadow. As you look closer, you can tell that it must have been painted within 24 hours, as the paint has not fully dried. Below the painting, you notice a deep diagonal cut in the wall. It's very thin, and you can barely make out the sunlight from outside. And that is your investigation.
Damn it.
Back to Rye. The ritual progresses. They are still not done, though.
Okay, so I will go over to the lake and see if it feels any different.
There are also some suspicious blood splatter on the pier.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I am unfortunately not water aspected.
What are you gonna roll?
That is the question here. I think nature is my best roll for this. Mostly because I've got nothing else.
Perception? Just observe.
Yeah, perception and nature is the same bonus.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead with perception then. As you approach the wooden pier, your attention is drawn to a subtle but unsettling detail. Near the edge of the pier, you notice a dark stain that stands out against the weathered wood.
Okay, interesting. And what might that dark stain look like?
Do you want to hero point it?
It sounds like I want to, so yes.
I think you can do it. Yeah. That's slightly better. Thank you. You see a small but significant bloodstain on the pier near the edge of the rowboat, where the rowboat is tied. The blood splatter is concentrated in a small area, with droplets leading towards the water, suggesting the person was moving or dragged towards a second boat. There are a few larger drops and a faint smear, as if the person had tried to steady themselves or was held by someone else. The lack of a body implies that despite the severity of the wound, the individual might have managed to escape.
Or straight into the water.
Which would still imply escaping. If they're Aquaman, they still escape.
Yeah, that's I think.
If you're a normal dude, you did not escape.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
You do not see any floating bodies either. I will just say that.
Underwater bodies will be just as dead.
Right. Okay. So someone might have left here very wounded. Sarah, do you see any active boats out on the lake?
Do I? From my perched position?
Perched.
Mm. Yeah, sorry.
I guess that was my investigation action for this turn.
Yeah. You don't see any floaters or anything out on the ocean, if that's what you're looking for, Zara. When he asked.
Yeah.
She asked, sorry. You can do a proper roll, of course, for the surrounding area on your turn.
Yeah.
Jeremiah.
Me. So, Death Kami and Ren has been mentioned. Is that something I can tie
I
information
didn't
to?
mention Ren, actually,
No,
too.
that was
that
the
was in
message.
message. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was mentioned when you were walking around Sherlock Holmesing, or...
Yeah,
I stopped him before.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I stopped her, I mean.
Will it count as an action if I try to do a roll to see what I know about Death Kami? How fast is my thinking?
You can roll a religion.
One religion. Coming right up. Oh, that's not high roll.
No, not specifically. You're with Kabael, who is a Christian angel.
Sure.
You would probably know that there is only one like Death God, who I can't remember what it's called right now.
Well, there's an angel tied to death. I believe it's Samael.
Yes, that's it, Samael.
If that's what you're referring to, yeah.
So that's what you would think they probably mean.
Yeah.
But you know that there is only Samael. Samael is the angel of death. That's there's no there is only one God. I don't know. You're not
At
actually
least...
Christian, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah. But yeah. Kabael
From
is just
From the canon of knowledge I have, Samael would be the sort of equivalent, and that doesn't seem to fit necessarily.
I think you would. Kabael could share with you that Samael would have servitors, like lesser angels that do his bidding, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which could be what they're referring to.
That doesn't that doesn't match up specifically. Give me a light bulb moment. So I will not pursue that line of reasoning further. With that, I still can't fucking move. Why?
Are you in the ruler thing on the left side?
No. I got an error saying no permission. I had deselect and reselect the token. What about this fucker?
Yep. You can do whatever kind of investigation you want.
Yeah, I think I'll just chuck out a perception just to see, hey, what has happened here?
Yeah.
Is what I would say. There we go.
As you investigate the area between the cabin and the beach, you come across the body of a PMC soldier who attempted to flank around the house. The soldier's body lies at an awkward angle, half hidden by the underbrush. The most striking feature is the deep, clean cut across his torso, running diagonally from his right shoulder down to his left hip. The cut is so precise that it has bisected him almost perfectly.
Seems more and more likely that they were after something inside the cabin. When I have time, I'd like to walk around and check the back. That might be next turn.
Yeah. Kaito.
Yeah. I will look at Campbell. Go like, Mr. Campbell, do you need any help in there?
It's Campbell.
Campbell, sorry.
It's okay. We've just met. Well, have a look at this. And he points to the painting. Is there something odd to this particular painting?
Yeah, you can get the free investigation on that one, basically, because it's already been rolled. But yeah,
I get it because I paid for it.
no, I mean like.
I am also because me, the
Kaito
player,
gets
is making a connection. I want to know if Kaito makes the same connection.
Yeah, so Kaito gets the
yeah.
free roll because you already rolled the thing, the investigation.
Right, it's free to you, but I paid for the lunch.
It's not taking basically it's not taking time because every roll you do is adding to the time that I'm tracking.
I'm joking.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll just repeat it. There's a cabin, painting of the cabin on the wall. It has a mystical and eerie style. The picture clearly shows this cabin, but with eyes glowing from within its shadow. And it is freshly-ish painted. Like it's not like dripping wet, of course, but you can tell that like the dark spots, because black ink usually or black paint usually dries slower. You can tell that they are still wet. Listening a bit.
Is it framed or is it on exposed canvas?
Exposed canvas. It's just a canvas, like the Class Olsen, just a finished canvas that you just hang up.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Does this remind me of a certain painting that was in an apartment in Munich?
It's the same painting style.
Yeah,
I stick my head out to Sarah and go, I think you're right.
I'm always right.
And also, actually, I'm not sure if this is going to take an action or not, but I'm going to turn into my fox form. Because the more this is going PMC and this, I'm realizing I was in the front of the camera of the drone thing, so I don't want to get recognized.
Clever.
Oops.
Is it? Yeah, that's got the wrong.
It's a different picture.
That's the wrong. Yeah,
that's my fox form.
That's your fox form. Instead of doing the ability, just do the checkbox on your character sheet. I think that one is correct.
I did.
You did? Okay.
Nope, I did.
I'll update that later.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. And well, I can also basically do this. So. No, I'm also there.
I will let you check the other room if you want. Changing fox isn't it doesn't take time for you. It's a single action, I believe.
Yeah, I wanna continue investigation, I guess. Oops.
Yeah, so you can search this room if you want. Do whatever role you think is the most relevant.
Is that a perception, or I don't have a... I could do religion. But there's no text there, so I'm gonna do perception for now.
Yep.
I think.
Do you want to hear about that?
Yes.
Also, after this round, we will take a break, so you will get new hero points, by the way.
Hey.
Just saying.
Tactical break.
Tactical break. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the bed has its quilt tossed to the side, indicating a sudden rise from its occupant. There is a faint smell of lavender in the room. After searching, you find a single earring has fallen and lays beside the nightstand. As you crouch to pick it up, the light from the window gleams off the desk table, and you notice slight marks on the wood. As you check closer, it looks like someone had paper on the table and was writing a bit hard, but left some marks in the table. You know, like the embossing that goes through paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Could probably see what that was then.
I did grab the earring though.
Yeah. If you want to do try and trace the marks or do make it like an embossing drawing, that would be another action.
I do, and okay, that's my next one. Okay, because I do have scribing lore.
Yeah. That would be your next turn.
That's fine.
Zara, you can do an investigation, or you can like fly around in circles a bit.
Yeah, I'm basically making sure that we aren't getting. Basically, I want to get an overview of the whole scene, with the knowledge that that Sarah has about the Kami's possibilities. She's sort of low key to herself. She's basically gone through the phase. I know what's going on to being like, I probably should make sure that I know what's going on. So she sort of wants to kind of confirm that, the scene makes sense in her head. She's gonna do a little.
So I did stick my head out and say you were right.
Yeah, I know, but that makes her doubt herself. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not sure what this says about your relationship.
No. It's more the fact that it's like, oh, now it's not just like a fun little, game. Now it's like, oh, okay, it's real. I need to figure out, I think it's more Ren might be here, actually. I think that's the vibe. I think I need to figure out if Ren is still here. And if Ren is going to be a threat to us. I think that's the angle. So fly around and look around. Yes, that. So perception, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will hero point if I need to.
You notice that the forest is eerily quiet. That's about it.
Okay. But I assume I have also found a good vantage point to keep an eye out if something were to change in that regard.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, I imagine you're just like going from tree to tree, highest one, and trying not to stay still too long either. Yep. Ezra.
So I don't think there's more to look at the maps and such with some of the locations crossed out, right?
Photo.
Other than grabbing them, probably not.
You had clean contents. You can attempt decipher writing on the symbols if you want. It will take your turn.
It will take my turn.
As you will be basically copying the symbols into your own notebook, so you will have them. But you will also be like trying to see any connection between them, that kind of thing. That's why it takes your turn.
Yeah,
I think sort of priority-wise, we should prioritize getting any physical evidence or like physical thing we can find from this place.
You can also just take them.
We don't. You don't. Yeah, I'm going. He's going to rifle through them. While I'm rifling through them, I will look for like what kind of information there is there. Because I might want to grab it all. I might just want to grab some. But I'll definitely have yeah, I'll have a look through it. I want to do that. I'm not quite sure what role that would be. I have glean concepts. That's attempt a society check to decipher writing. Okay, I guess that's going to be society check then. Proficiencies. Society. It's not too bad, actually. And I'm pursuing a lead. I do think I have +1 circumstance bonus on that. That should not be open. I didn't mean to do that openly. Should I do it again?
Yeah, you chose GM only, not secret. which means only I see it. But you,
I could.
Yeah, you and me. You're sending it to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let's not do that. And I have one because I'm pursuing Guridu.
Yeah. That's fine. So as you're grabbing them and going through them, as mentioned, there is maps of Poland and Lithuania. You do notice that some of the symbols are repeated, so you can clearly see a pattern, which you understand is then okay. Then you can decipher it based on which symbol is on. Based on which symbol is marked on this cabin, you there are slight variations to them all, so you suspect there is some deeper connections to them, but you do see a couple more in Lithuania and Poland with the same symbol as this cabin.
Hello?
Hello? Yeah?
Yeah?
Hey.
Is it you doing things? Yes?
Yeah, my headset just that was weird. It swapped over to a different. Yeah, never mind. Nothing. That was just strange on my end.
Yep.
Technical.
So what are you doing?
He's making mental notes in his almost Figma-like brain. AKA, I am actually making notes of what he's learning. So that takes my turn, was it? I believe you said. I don't actually know if I have any more time,
No.
but if not, I do have time. I want to have a walk into next to this now. Fox person.
You basically saw like I did kind of a shake and very like Studio Ghibli-esque, like the hair changed to white and like the fur kind of went downwards until like my tail spun out from behind me.
Nice. That is
It's not something you see every day.
That is the end of the round, though. So we will then. I'll add.
Tactical break.
Yeah, we'll have a tactical break. I will add. Do I have to roll it?
Technically, I do think that's all the triggers when I walk into the next room. I'm not sure how often we want it to be allowed to trigger.
Circumstance plus 99, whatever. I just need him to be at the top, and hit the roll.
You rolled pretty well, though.
He's a fast lad.
Whatever.
No, I mean, he rolled really well. Even if you subtract 99 from that, that's a pretty good roll.
Sure. But yeah, he's just at the top because he's the top of the round, and also then it gives me camera control when it's not your turn. Anyway, yes, tactical break. Because it is time for a break anyway. So we will be back.
Remember to run ads.
I will. Thank you. 10 minutes. Is that what we want?
Sure.
Yeah. 10-minute break.
Good.
BRB.
Right. Hey, the stream avatar changed. That's neat.
Stream. Level 0 Kami.
There we go. We are back. Welcome back. Hope everyone had a good break. I do not know how to reset the hero point with the macro thing. So just give yourself an extra hero point, everyone. I know some of you spent your first one, but go ahead and do that. And we are back at it. The ritual proceeds. They are say about halfway now. And Arai.
Okay, because clearly Sarah and Kaito have found enough evidence to figure out what's going on here.
Not really found enough evidence, but I mean, we have made theories that are unsubstantiated.
Make an inference, yeah.
We have clearly found enough evidence. I will start looking for a site where a helicopter have taken off, because we know that is a certain person's modus operandi.
I will let's see. I will give you a free perception check to Rai. If you want to roll it. It's not a good roll. You can hero point if you want, but before you do, I will tell you something you get. Between the cabin door and the pier, there are some footprints, but your roll is not good enough to be able to get anything more than that there are prints. If you want a hero point, you can, or you can just let someone else take it.
No, my perception is the actual worst in our party by a lot. So I'll let someone else know.
Yep. Then you can do something else instead. So you can search for that. I'm assuming that the group in the house has been informing the rest of you what they found and vice versa. So you would know that there is that Ezra had got a map of Lithuania. I'll also assume that Kaito probably told you that the guy by the door has some documents on him, which you could check.
I think Kaito took those.
I took one thing. I wasn't allowed to take more than one thing. There are other things on them.
Right, okay.
You can take more things if you want, but of course that will cost you more time. Time is ticking.
I only took one thing, but he had maps.
Okay, let's grab the maps from him as well.
Yep, you can grab those.
We couldn't leave anything that might be useful evidence to someone else.
Yeah.
So you can grab the maps.
So I'll just
have a look at
stuff
those.
that in the party loot.
I can read them out just so that everyone knows. There is a map of Lithuania with 3 little fox logos stamped onto the map. They are in Klaipėda, which is in the coast to the west, Panevėžys, which is in the north of Lithuania, and Lielionis, which is southeast of where you are, just south of, or just southwest of Vilnius.
Could you post those locations?
The item is posted in the chat. You can just click the little text and you will see it.
Awesome.
That is the map of Lithuania.
I'm juggling Nethys and my own notes, so I don't always have it on screen.
Those 3 locations. And then there is a map of Kusluruda, which is the municipality you are currently in. There's a ring around the cabin, and just north of the cabin, there's a field marked with the letters LZ. Looking at the map, because that's what you actually wanted to do, you see that there is, let's see, where did I say the cabin is? There is not really many good helicopter sites nearby, though if they cross the lake, there would be plenty of space, because that's where the town proper is.
There's an aerodrome not too far east of here. A literal airport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is also true.
If you're talking with Ezra, he lets you know this because he looked it up on the way here, or in a quiet moment. He was,
Also,
the lore master looked it up.
Also, I'll remind you, like you do have phones with like Google Maps and stuff. So it's just
Do you not have phones?
they're not your phones, but you do have burner phones with apps installed. So you do still have access to those kind of things. Say, but yeah, there are some clearings. If they would have followed, like if they did leave by water, they could have gone southwest, and there are some clearings there. But it's not a big lake, so there's not like many places they could have gone.
Well,
directly.
We're definitely keeping the map of Lithuania because that is useful info. Maybe we should check out this landing zone just north of the cabin.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
And I believe that was your turn. You were studying the maps, basically, looking at them. Jeremiah.
Neat. I would like to check out the back of the cabin.
And there are still tracks between the cabin and the pier that need checking.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, technically, you haven't checked the body in the middle, but like, you can also deduct that it's probably not that important.
Right. Yeah.
But if you want,
I mean, I guess it doesn't take.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't take super long to just make sure that there's nothing behind the cabin.
No, that's
I
great.
just wanted to have seen it.
So.
Yeah.
From what you know, there is the footprints and the middle body that has not been checked. Also, you could check each other's clues if you want to double check that they indeed found everything.
Of course, yeah, because you could have rolled,
yeah, with different rolls, different results,
Yeah, true. I would like to check the tracks.
Yeah.
I guess perception is just the best for those.
That would be a perception or a nature or a survival. Those are the best options there.
So what I'm hearing is that it's a perception. Considering both the others are 0.
A heavy set of boot prints lead from the cabin to the pier. They are small in stature, but indented enough to indicate rushed movement. There's also a set of large paw prints, placed in an erratic pattern along the same path, suggesting the animal was either confused or frightened. Based on the roll, there are additionally several sets of lighter paw prints between the pier and the house in a structured manner.
I share this with the gang, but I think neither me nor Jeremiah is familiar enough with the particulars of Europe and the cases that you guys have been involved in to draw any conclusions.
I think based on your recent history, though, you might conclude the paw prints were a werewolf.
It doesn't seem unreasonable.
Meta-wise, I'm pretty sure the players know it wasn't, but you, like Jeremiah, might think that.
Yeah, I mean, if they're like about that size, you're like, could be a werewolf.
I just lost sound. What did I miss? There was something about a scared animal, and then
there was a scared or confused animal with like walk back and forth, or in a non-straight path, and then there were also a lot erratic manner. And then there were also a lot of others smaller, was what I heard.
No, there was some smaller statue but heavily indented movement from a humanoid boots. There is a set of heavily indented erratic paw prints in like an erratic all over the place kind of manner. And then there are several sets of light paw prints. Not smaller, but lighter, like not as indented. You got a really good roll, so you managed to find some softer prints as well.
Interesting. Right, so it's not, but like, you say that lighter. Does that mean the animal was weighed less, was smaller?
Yeah, casually. Like when you're running, you leave deeper prints. But what you can conclude is that the lighter prints is the animal was walking back and forth normally.
Animal. Yeah.
And then there are deeper prints where they ran from the cabin to the pier.
Got it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, so I guess he walks like about and essentially like talks out loud about this to see if anybody else can draw conclusions from it. Right? A man and a large canine-like creature. They seem to have been around the cabin quite a bit, but rushed to the pier at some point. My daughter is on.
I'm tempted to ask canine or feline, but I'm not gonna.
Since this is a new round, I can use my clue in reaction.
What is that?
If this is a matter. I think I posted it before.
It's further up, but it's not immensely visible.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Clue in.
Oh, you are an investigator, right? Of course.
I am an investigator.
What fact did I just do?
I haven't said it right now, so it's not.
So
it was just funny that.
So because he is investigating and talks about these, you can lean out the window, basically, or lean out the door, and give a bonus to them. I'm not sure what bonus you want to give him, but
the type of animal would be nice. If that's something I can get. I heard paw. I guess paw could go either way.
I think like what happens is based on your recent missions. You might say could it have been a werewolf or something. You did just encounter some in Germany. I think you might say that, and I think Ezra, who was actually not part of that mission, might lean out the door, and his clue in is basically there are other humanoid animal species,
Looking behind him at me.
Case in point, he's
I'm getting it.
He probably like not like angrily like pulls you out, but he probably like put his hand on your shoulder, Kaito, and like leans your head out. Case in point.
I lean out, going like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
Right. Could have been one of your kind, Kaito.
There are even more than that, actually.
I will say that's a segue into.
I don't have an encyclopedia.
Yeah. Into Kaito's turn.
Yeah. I would go. We are usually not that much out around in Europe, but I mean, you have the catfolk, which actually would make sense that it would be them. And then he turns back and does his thingy.
I think when
I've been around a lot of them in Europe.
Yeah, I think when he says that, you, Jeremiah, the catfolk are usually a very reclusive bunch. They're usually nomads. Some of them are registered in Direwolf, but they tend to be like very, like
solitary.
Solitary or clan behavior. Like they stick together. So I think you've never actually met one. You've probably heard that they're a thing because you like when you joined the Archangel and Direwolf, you would have been like, yeah, don't be afraid if you see these people, and they list a whole list of species. So you probably heard of them, but you've never met one, so it's kind of just slipped your mind, I guess. But Kaito, what do you want to do?
I want to check the script that is etched into the wood, and I also have scribing lore.
So I will let you just roll, or if you want to explain how you're going to try this, I will give you a lower DC.
Well, there are lots of maps and other things. I'll probably go look for some kind of
Ezra would have pen and paper, by the way.
Pen and paper and stuff. So I will put it over and kind of scratch.
Yeah.
Like with the color and try to get that imprint on the paper.
Yeah, that would give you a lower DC.
And I will also try and use scribing lore because it's a lore skill.
I was going to say you can use crafting if you want, but scribing lore is even better.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I did not add any circumstance bonus to
That's
that.
fine. I'm doing that myself. I'm lowering the DC. The embossed marks on the desk seem to look like a drawing. It looks like someone sat at a table, possibly the table in the other room. The person seems to be wearing thick clothing, or maybe a vest. They also seem to be wearing a fur hood, but it's hard to make out from the embossing. Or relief, I think it's called, when what you did.
Yeah.
The relief.
Interesting.
That's a relief.
No, I can't really. That was my action, but I will give that note to Campbell because he's very good at investigation.
Campbell,
sorry, it says Campbell on one of the thingies.
Sure
That's
does.
how it's spelled.
it's
Okay. Well, like, but pretend this is Kaito being weird because
I am
Japanese.
having a great fun. It's just every time you say
no,
English names are stupid.
every time, like, he's literally just like Compel-san, and then later like, oh, Compel-san. But it will give it to you, and since you said movement wasn't really an action, he's going to go to at least the exit of the door, of the cabin.
Yeah, so as I said, like each round. Now, normally a round is like 6 seconds, but here it's like you're spending several minutes on each round because it's basically you're wandering around the place, investigating, spending time on this. The only reason I want you in the positions is because if something happens, I want you to be at the right place. Yeah.
Yes.
So you can move.
What I just mean, like he's on his way to move out the door because he's going to like start trying to see if there's just other stuff he needs to help with because he don't think he can do anything else inside.
No.
So he's gonna stop in the doorway.
That's fine. Zara, you can roll a perception.
Yeah. Doing some perceptions, being a perceptive little pig.
That's a crit. So yeah.
Exactly. I was being a perceptive little pig.
You get a little glint of the sunlight to the south, or like south on the map because this map is not rotated the same as the world map. But south on this map. A little glint in the sunlight in the sky, which catches your eye. It's way too far away to see what it is, but you just keep your eye on it for a while. As I said, rounds are longer here. You just keep your eye on it, and it does keep glinting. Do you have a scope?
Yeah, I have I can put up a scope.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So you don't need to post anything, but you look through your scope and. Based on the glint isn't going away, like it disappears completely, like it's too hard to see against the sky, but then it comes every now and then it glints a bit off the sunlight. Based on like the movement, you can assume, because you've encountered them before, it's a drone.
Yeah.
Heading in your direction. It's still very far away. You crit. That's the only reason you got this. But like even through the scope, when the sun's not reflecting off it, it's pretty much invisible against the sky.
Yeah, so
still very far away.
In comms, Zara says, "I think I see a drone south, far away still, but it's heading this way. Better be quick and get into cover."
You can.
What?
Can I estimate the time?
I was gonna say yes, you can. I'm just seeing if you've got anything relevant. You don't really have that many relevant skills for that. You could do a crafting. You are trained.
Yeah, to know how fast this thing would move based on seeing similar models.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where is Air when we need him?
Wow. Good rolls again. You anticipate it is, if it moves the same speed as the drone that you shot on the roofs that you saw flying around, if it's flying the same speed and that like altitude or wind doesn't affect it much, you can assume half an hour before it arrives.
Yeah.
Again, bear in mind rounds are longer here.
Yeah.
So that's not much time.
Yeah, is I think half an hour, but you got to bear in mind that it will see very obvious things before then. So just keep it tight and be aware that the skies are not safe.
Okay,
Got it?
Keep an eye on it, and let's try and be out of here within 15 minutes or so. And if you suspect it's going to be able to see us, tell us, and we'll have to leave.
Yeah.
I'll trust your instinct on that.
If it comes too close, should I take it down?
No, we're not supposed to be here.
Well, our employer isn't. People with guns could be here.
I think I can make a pretty safe shot that would take it down if I were to hit, obviously. But okay, you guys just hurry up and you know.
We'll see when it gets closer if we need more time.
Prove my theory right. Check out the helicopter site that was mentioned.
Right. How far from here is that? Like, is it like a 5-minute walk or a 30-minute walk? Because both are close in the global scale things.
Can I ruler on Google Maps?
Can you?
I think I can.
Can you? The question
measure
isn't
distance.
can you, it is should you.
There to... What was I said? There. That is 367 meters. I'm not sure how much that is in walk speed.
That's not very much. I mean, we could even jog. Almost double our speed.
300 meters is not far.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's go check it out.
Like, that takes a couple of minutes at most.
Exactly.
If you sprint, it's like a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If you sprint, it's like 20 seconds.
Yeah. Well, it's still Sarah's turn, right?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm keeping watch. I'm also maybe circling so that I will catch, kind of follow them north, I guess, towards the towards the site. To keep cover.
Sometime when we are close to each other, I do say, if it comes to either letting the drone observe us properly or taking it down, I think taking it down is better.
Yeah.
People with guns being here is one thing. People with our faces being here is not great.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I agree on that point.
Ezra.
What?
Speaking of faces.
Oh, like I said, we're not here.
Ezra is going to walk over to Kaito and says, "By the way, you had some papers there, notes. Looks like.
Yes.
Did you bring anything useful from them?
It's cipher, and I haven't had time to check it out. But you seem to be good with this as well.
Yeah,
so
give me.
I will give it to you.
Have a wee bit of crack. Yeah, I would like to roll a cryptography lore on that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make a fun digression. You know that saying in either Scottish or Northern Irish, having a crack is having a laugh.
Yeah. That was wrong.
It's a racker lad.
And yeah, I got message.
So yeah, I was just gonna repeat basically. The thing with ciphers is that if you have the key, you can spend a minute or two deciphering it. If you don't have the key, you will need to spend hours, if not days, trying to find a pattern.
Ooh.
Because that's how ciphers work.
And depending on how simple and how well we roll.
Some of them could be easy, right? Or you could be very
I
lucky.
have great faith in Ezra.
You can just like do it when we're not on time crunch.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have a look at it.
Yeah.
And actually, I do have this one. No, okay, no, that's
partially glimpsed.
actually
That doesn't have the
yeah.
decipher code.
You're right.
That's just you're a professional skimmer.
That which would not also help because that's also decipher writing, but religious context, so that's not going to help either.
Yeah. Your cryptography skill check will help, but again, it's something that takes time. It's not.
So we might do that when we are not on the scene.
Yeah.
Did you take the maps that was on in the cabin?
Well, I had them in front of me, and then they magically disappeared into some shared space.
Fair enough.
No, I took the maps from the.
That was from the dead guy,
body
not the ones
outside.
that was inside.
Oh, I thought that was the maps. That was yeah.
No,
I want to take them. There's nothing for me to take.
Yeah, it's just a room description, but I will add something to the party loot for that.
Right. Okay, and I need to amend notes actually, because then my notes are wrong.
Where is like the shared party stuff?
On the
If
party
you go
sheet.
on the third tab on the top there above the chat,
Ah,
the
there's
actors, at the top it says the party.
Party
Click
sheet.
on the open sheet.
I see. Thank you.
I will edit
That's
these
useful.
at a later date, but I'll put the names, please. Map of Poland. And map of Lithuania
Hmm.
from cabin, because it's not the same as the other one. I mean, it's the same map, but it's got different markings.
Mhm.
Because it's just a tourist map of Lithuania. Standard map, even. Anyway, Ezra, did you want to actually do any investigation this round?
Well, I thought I was gonna, but yeah, I'm gonna have a. Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
yeah, you look at the cipher and you realize that you don't have time because you don't have the key.
Yeah. Okay, so that's quickly determined. Can we just like a quick recap? So where have people been?
So
people have like investigated the docks.
So
people are investigating the corpse.
Yes. So Kane did a occultism check on the corpses. And Rai has done an engineering on the drone and also normal perception on the pier. Perception has been done on the body up here by Kane. The body here by the door has been perception as well, and partially looted, I think.
Yeah, there might be more stuff there. I was planning on going down to these three because we haven't really looked at them properly.
I will say that you've pretty much found everything there, or you have found everything there is to find in the house. You did really good searching that. Those two rooms. This body has not been checked at all, and yeah, if you want to do any cross examinations, you can feel free to do that.
Yeah.
Or grab yourself some free weapons.
Yep.
They do be free.
Well, I just spent money on. Well, actually, I am gonna grab one of their walkie-talkies because maybe that walkie-talkies is already tuned in on some sort of frequency or has a decoder on it.
Clever.
When you take that, can you grab his phone as well?
I don't think he has a phone.
Yes, he does.
The one I'm looking at doesn't seem to have a phone.
Okay, you double-click them.
I'm looking at this one here. Actually.
Okay. I'll do it afterwards then.
Yeah. So I'm gonna grab a walkie-talkie.
Question: when you guys mark, like, double-click one of the loot guys to loot, does everything else go black?
Yeah, because you get his perspective, so you need to just like click outside of the character, and he'll get back to yours. Because he's dead, he can't see a thing.
Why are you
that does check out.
Getting his
It's technically blinded.
You shouldn't have ownership of
I can't
him, though.
I am.
But it doesn't even have to click outside. I have to specifically select me because Kane's token is my only vantage point. It'll seem.
Whatever. And I'd like to do some cross-examination and see if I can realize something that they haven't.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, okay, now I am moving around. What I wanted to realize now is that the gun casing that you mentioned earlier that was inside here.
Mm-hmm.
I would like
there
to.
There were 2 on the outside and 1 on the inside, I think.
Yes, but I think actually it's like an indicator that someone was firing outside from inside.
Yes, we did say that.
Yeah.
There's also a bullet hole in the door and a bullet hole in the face of the dead guy just outside the door.
Yeah.
But there's only 1 hole and 3 casings, so yes, investigation there seems to be a very good idea.
Indeed.
Yeah, no, I wanna yes, investigate that. If there's more to investigate.
What is that?
Well, it actually sounds like there isn't more to investigate, to be honest. Some guy was shooting inside, shooting outside. We investigated.
Yeah, but like it was interesting that it was 3 bolt casings and not 1, but and 1 hole. That's what I reacted
There was
to.
1 bullet casing inside, which you identified as a semi-automatic hunting rifle, which shot through the door and through someone's face. There were 2 bullet casings outside next to the body that did not belong to his rifle, which has not been investigated.
That's also the one. It was. I just lost track of the bullet casings. But yes, that's the one I want to investigate.
The 2 outside.
Yep.
Yes, they're outside. Yeah. So that would be around here then.
Yes, they are.
Okay, I'm doing that
next
then.
to this body. They are.
Yeah.
Double click on the note, please. Not him. You can immediately tell that they are the same as the gun on the inside. Semi-automatic hunting rifles, and but sadly you do not learn anything more. But you can then estimate, of course, that that weapon was fired at least 3 times.
It was probably used to take down the drone that I found that seemed to be shot.
When you crafted the drone, did you retrieve any memory things from it?
No, I just took a cursory check. It might be worth checking out if there's some salvageable data from it.
Might be worth having a look. But
Then
what's the status update from the Wheelass?
The Wheelass.
The Wheelass doesn't have her turn yet.
I think that's Ezra's turn.
Yep. The ritual is nearing completion. Right.
Seeing as I'm the most athletic person here, I will quickly run up to the landing zone, give it a quick check, and run back.
Mm-hmm. That would, the athletics is fine. You are, as you said, the most athletic of the group, and you are as well, I believe, expertise in that field, so that's fine. So you, when you get there, it's basically just an open field, but you can roll a perception.
I will do that.
Yeah, it's pretty much just an open, flat field. Plenty of room for a helicopter or more. It's quite spacious. But apart from that, there's nothing out of place.
Good to have confirmed.
I will then just put you at the edge of the map, and you are at the edge. You make it back. Your turn. Jeremiah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So nothing of note was found up there. I do have crafting, so I could try to see if I learn something more from the drone. I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I've closed my sheet because I'm a silly boy.
You
Crafting.
can just
Yeah.
before you roll. You can also just do a normal perception if you want. I'm just saying you don't have to do crafting.
Sure. I'm just. Yeah, I guess 'cause, like my crafting isn't really associated with mechanics. I suppose like it doesn't have a distinction mechanically, but like thematically, that's not what it's good at. So I think I'll just do perception. Yeah, that just check out. Let's go. How are we doing?
Yeah. Let me just check. You did get a pretty decent roll, so you lift it up and look at it. And at first, you thought the drone's central lens was shattered upon impact, much like what Rai assumed. But after further inspection, you notice a single bullet hole has traveled through the lens and the core of the drone, evidence of precise shooting.
Definitely sharpshooter.
Of a good and trained sniper.
Yeah. Got any colleagues in the area? Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they might have been here.
You do not know if any part of the drone is salvageable, though. You did not. You're not knowledgeable about that.
FNF.
Kaito.
Kaito is first gonna grab the phone that he saw on the person that's right in front of him. Because that probably has info.
Yep. Good.
And then he's gonna go down to these people because they seem to be starting to get ready.
Yep.
And do stuff. So he's going to do an investigation on the corpses, like normal perception one, and not cultist one, and potentially see if they also have info, items that's interesting to him.
Yeah. I'm also not sure why they've got double of a lot of things, like 2 military backpacks.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was wondering if that was maybe 2 of them is like a shared token thing, and you doubled up whatever they had.
Maybe they shouldn't be because they should be. Oh, I think I know what's happened. They are inherent.
Okay, but they don't have that.
No, they don't have double things. But yeah, you can. You're doing perception, so you can feel free to check all 3 of them, their inventories, if they have anything you want. At least I believe one of them might have something interesting.
This one of the guys has like some destroyed armor, which is probably because he was sliced. Yeah, there's a thing. I want to check the photo.
Yeah, you can take that. It's small enough that you could just take it without costing too much extra.
One of them also has a laptop.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna see if it's destroyed, but I want to see if it's salvageable. So.
Yes.
And then I'm probably gonna just wait and see if these people like for whenever they do their thing, and I'll be backup for them whenever they do stuff.
Yep, that's fine. Then we go to Zara. Zara, you can now clearly see. Oh, I'm not going to remove the shops now. They don't need to be there. You can also now clearly see that it is a drone. It's still a while away. You estimate you have about a quarter of an hour, 15-ish minutes, maybe more, maybe less. It's still hard to tell, but it's definitely getting closer.
Yeah.
And
you might, okay. You might consider shooting it down if we are not finishing this soon, because this ritual is taking time.
We have to wait for the ritual.
How I ask, like, how long left for the ritual, guys?
They seem deep in thought, or deep in the act, and Diego just barely has enough time to almost whisper to you, Kaito. So close. That's pretty much all he can get between the chanting.
Yeah. I'll send that message to you about that so that you know it. But yeah, no, if it's getting uncomfortably close that it might start identifying us, I'll tell Zara to try and shoot it down, but like in one shot, because if they're sending a drone, they might be like a little bit further behind, but it might make them hurry up.
I am going to try to. So we've gotten to the helicopter site, or did he not get there yet?
I've been to the landing site. There was nothing of interest.
Right.
Okay.
Probably just how these guys got there.
So mission parameters then is very much gather all the physical evidence. We can't perform the ritual and fuck off. Sound about right, Thomas?
Mm-hmm. That was your mission.
Then I think I am going to set up the perfect shot. I'm going to, with the calculations I've done, I'm gonna do the snipers thing where I'm up in the tree. I've gotten out like a little pen and I'm writing on the tree to make like quick calculations of like math, like a bullet trajectory, and I'm setting up a good hidden position. Basically, I'm going to spend some time keeping an eye out and readying the shot, so if I need to make a shot.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
So other than that, nothing else fancy.
May I ask a quick clarifying question?
Yep.
The map we took from the Black Fox PMC that had 3 fox marks on it, is one of them south from us, about half an hour, 45 minutes by flight?
One of them, which is the one in I can't remember where this one. I mean, I remember where it is, but I can't remember what it was called right now. It's not Panavegis or the coast town, which I also forgot what it was called. Is it in the party loop?
Yeah. Is it Klaipeda, Panavegis, eller Leonis?
Leonis.
Leonis.
Yeah. Klaipeda is the coastal one. Panavegis is north. Leonis is you'd assume, looking at the map, you are a driver, so you can easily estimate the distance, or estimate it better than others, as because of your driving skills. You'd say that Leonis is maybe 2 hours away, 2.5 hours. You can assume, though, that they might have been dispatched as soon as the death happened, which is when, like, before you. Because you teleported here to try and intercept before they cleaned up their own mess.
Right.
So you can assume that they are from there, but they left before you did.
Okay.
Clarification. Ezra is currently staring off into space as his user has been disconnected.
That happens.
It happens.
Okay, with that, actually, I'll just like ask sort of a question because I'm still not that familiar with Pathfinder. How useful is an imprecise scent ability?
It allows something to not. You basically can move from hidden to detected, so you know that they're there, but you can't know exactly where they are.
Yeah.
Right.
What tile they're on.
So since this didn't happen not that long ago, if I give my Eidolon an imprecise scent, could he gain some information?
Yeah.
I guess it would only help us if we find it some other place.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
No, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
If you manifest him and give him imprecise scent, then you'll basically get a fourth dimension of vision, as you will be able to see scent trails. Very blurred, like Matthias's camera, but you will have a vague. You can have a vague thing.
Yeah.
Specifically because I mentioned that even without an imprecise scent, Kaito could smell lavender in the bedroom. So obviously there has been scent.
Right.
So I'll allow that,
here's
but
the thing.
It's not your turn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that was for the future, yeah.
Yeah, I will allow that. Ezra.
'Thank you, thank you. 'Thank you, thank you. 'Thank you, 'Thank you, 'Thank you, 'Thank you. 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 'Thank you, 'T
Ezra is not like a tactician. He is a journalist, and I think he's going to go over and see what's going to go on with the. I'm going to take. I'm going to take the delayed turn action since we have a turn order. Oh wait, I'm last. I can't do that.
Yeah, there's no.
Can I give a suggestion?
Yeah.
It would. I mean, resources are always nice. Just you can just like rifle through their like weapons and just like just put it in a bag. Like if nothing else, we can sell it.
That's not something.
I agree. I agree with the sentiment, but I think that's less useful in this specific setting.
The painkillers are pretty good. Maybe grab some of them.
They will not be needing them.
It's like, get me some of that good shit.
Yeah, so I'll say you can indeed do a bit of looting. Painkillers, health packs, flares, anything like it's easy to grab. Ammo, for that matter.
I'm guessing if they have duplicate items, they only actually have one item, I guess.
Yeah. That's true. If they have two, just so that's something you can just grab if you want to spend your turn on looting. There's also the one body that you have no one's investigated. I'm just reminding you all the time, but there is one body you have no one's looked at. I guess he's just
Which one is that?
The guy.
Could you ping it?
The guy on the road.
Ping it.
No.
Everyone's just.
But that's the one I want to investigate. I'm gonna put this back then. You can have your.
I don't think. Just keep the painkillers. You can.
It takes like it takes a negligible amount of time to rifle their pockets.
I like that the chat says you plant something on.
Yeah. Plants painkillers on the PMC. Nice.
Wow. The plants and roots.
Yeah. So yeah, you can roll any kind of investigation you think is relevant.
My perception is +9. I don't think there's much that's better than that, to be honest. So let's just keep it at that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm pursuing the lead, where the lead is what the fuck's going on here. So I'm gonna give myself that one.
The soldier's body is splayed out on the path, arms spread wide and legs slightly apart, as if he was caught mid-stride and knocked backwards by the force of the bullet. He is clad in standard issue Black Fox tactical gear, complete with a ballistic vest, knee pads, and a utility belt. A single clean bullet wound is visible in the center of his chest, piercing his ballistic vest. The precision of the shot indicates a highly skilled shooter using armor-piercing rounds. The blood trail leads from the point of impact where the body lies now, suggesting he managed a few steps before collapsing. You also find his dog tags if you care about that, because you.
I do.
That was definitely a crit. Private A. Kovacs. I'll just write it in chat. It's kind of.
Kovacs.
Yeah. That is Slavic. Like Serbian? Quite common name in Serbian, I think. Maybe means Smith or something.
We also know a Kovacs.
No, you know a Novak.
Oh.
Novak is
Andre.
Oh, that's a Novak, not a Kovac. God damn it.
It's I think actually it means blacksmith or smith or something, and it's as common as Smith is in English.
Right.
Also, fun fact: speaking
it's
of
super common.
Fun fact: speaking of Andre, Novaks is the name of my uncle. He was Polish, and Andre was Polish.
Yeah, and he was an anti-vaxxer, as the name implies.
Nice.
Novaks, yeah. Also, Nowak is one of the most common family names in Poland. So it's anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on. Yeah, you've finally examined all the bodies. That is also the end of the round. I have already subtracted the time. You, Zara, before we start this round, I'll just say ahead of time, because I will allow you to inform the rest so they can act accordingly. When it gets to your turn on this round, you believe you will have a shot. It is in range.
Okay.
It is still like off the map, but at your max range, like your what's it called, secondary increment.
Yeah.
It's within that.
So yeah, I will say I'll soon get a shot, guys. How far in are you in the ritual? Do you want me to take it?
We haven't gotten any answers yet.
As you're asking that, since we're at the start of the round, the ritual is complete.
Hey!
And I will just need to open Speak with Dead GPT. And find the right one, because I had to correct it a bit.
Of course.
As the ritual completes, the temperature drops. The corpses sit up. Their forms are wreathed in an eerie glow. The voices are disjointed at first, but then they become clear. Salazar asks, "Why were you here?" And one of the corpses says, "We were deployed to capture 2 individuals. High-value targets. Orders were to bring them alive if possible, but we had clearance to use lethal force." That is the first question. I will say, meta-wise, you could have agreed with them before they started the rituals on which questions to ask. So I will allow you to interject if there's any questions you want specifically.
Would love to know what killed you.
Let's see.
Yeah, what killed them? And well, actually,
yep.
Yeah, no, the third one was basically a different version of saying the same thing.
Yeah. No.
Like how did you die? And like what killed you is better.
One of the others answers, "Some were killed by a gunman, highly skilled. We arrived at the end. We thought we had them trapped, but then something else intervened. It moved too quick to see." A third soldier answers, "It wasn't human. A spirit or something similar. It cut through us effortlessly. No time to react. I didn't see it coming." That was the second question.
And we have 3.
You don't know. This is a Pathfinder ritual. It's not the same as the standard 3 or 5 questions from D&D. You don't exactly know how far they can push it, but it seems like basically it seems like Silver is carrying the ritual now. He is the one asking the questions, and you see for each question he visibly gets more tired. Sweat begins to drip down his brow. He seems completely unfazed by the fact that he's talking to a corpse.
Of course.
Just so you have the situation, it looks like Diego is more of a backup. He has his hand on Silver's shoulder. He seems to be holding some kind of pendant or necklace in his other hand, and is mumbling a slight chant under his breath. You're not exactly sure what his role is in the ritual. Like, obviously he helps cast it, but now he seems to be just providing support. Maybe he's warding or something. But that's what it looks like, at least. Right. Babok. What was it you were saying?
I was wondering if one of the questions might be like, okay, who were your targets? Like trying to get more information on the targets themselves. Like we suspect we know who it is, but I want to see if we can get more information about it.
Salazar and Diego would have told you before they began that likely the dead will not remember specific names. Unless it is a person who has left an impact on their soul, they quickly forget random names.
Yeah.
So they will probably know, like they know they have targets. They can probably describe the targets, but they will not have names. That's something they would have told.
Yeah, describing the targets, because it was 2 people, and it would be good to know if they were human or not. So.
Yeah. True.
You want that as a question?
I concur.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless other people don't want it.
No, that seems like a reasonable.
I agree.
That's fine, yeah.
They say, there was a cat man with a rifle and armor. He was fast and skilled. We believe he's been protecting her in several towns and cities. He is a sly one. Another corpse says. The other, a girl. She's of significant lineage. Our leaders want her for her potential. Something about her power. Unlimited power. Let's see, because I'm just gonna see if anyone else has anything to add. Yeah, no, not on that question. Silver is from that question. Silver begins like he seems visibly exhausted now, and suddenly Simmons says also time. I will take some time for this. Not much. Simmons says just before Silver gives up, Diego Simmons says, we have time for one more question, I think, but then we must stop. And then he changes over to chanting. You can tell it's like Mexican Spanish prayer.
Can I?
Not before I'm done talking, please. He changes over to a Mexican Spanish his chant and prayer, and now he's actually voicing it aloud. And you see as he takes over, Silver like falls back a bit and gasps for air, and you can clearly tell that Simmons has taken over the ritual for one final question, if you want. Lemur, what did you want?
I would like, with my background as I was a truth seeker, and can I roll? Can I roll to kind of think of the best question we can think of?
If you can post me if you can post me some kind of skill or feat that you think would allow for a GM intrusion or a common sense. Yeah. What would you have that would allow you to roll for this? Because if you don't have anything specific, then every Pathfinder D&D campaign is basically, hey, can I roll to know what to do? Like,
I mean, to be fair, yeah, that yes.
To be fair, my guy might be smarter than I am, so
that's the thing. Yeah, if you're playing an investigator, you should be able to do that while being dumb as a rock.
I am trained in occultism.
He's trained in occultism. These are ghosts.
Yeah, but it's more like reading the situation. You've searched the crime scene. Is there anything you want to know what happened?
Oh, wait! I actually do know what to do.
Yeah.
I have this one here. Interrogation methodology.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey.
So
I have the pointed question action. What the fuck's that? You ask question that charms or needles someone in just the right way. Ask a question of a null allied creature that you can see and have. Oh, whatever. I am obviously good at asking questions.
Yeah, asking the good questions. You're literally perfect for this. You're interrogating the dead.
So yeah, with that, I'd say there is one thing that you never solved, but neither with the clues you found or the questions you've asked so far. There's one thing that has slipped your grasp, and that is what actually happened on the pier. Why is the blood on the pier? Where did they go? You never found the answer to that. Maybe you want to ask what the guards saw on the pier.
Ezra suggests this.
Yeah.
DM, we do that.
Yeah. Ezra does suggest this. Having had this realization that there's still a missing piece. There's still a missing piece of the puzzle. What happened on the pier?
They were running to the boat. They saw us coming. He did something, and another boat appeared from nowhere. As they were climbing on, I shot her in the back. That's when he appeared.
Yeah. He just stops. You see he's gonna say more, but he seems to like lose his words. And you realize, because that's when he died. He literally doesn't remember. Diego then releases the ritual, and the bodies just flump backwards. And then he turns to Silver like, 3 questions, really? I don't know how you can do it for so long. As you see that Simmons is almost as tired as Silver now after just one. But yeah, they were kind of enchanted during the last few seconds there, and like in a mesmerized by their own spell, kind of. So they immediately turn to you like, "Oh, what was the time? How long do we have?" And Zara,
not long.
you know,
Yeah.
now is the time to beg.
Yeah. Seconds.
Go.
Yeah.
Hurry.
Okay.
Hit
If
the
we don't need to shoot
teleport
it, we all
button.
teleport. Who has the teleport?
To
get out.
So
Yeah.
you
Was that not a way?
Silver would have a scroll. It's not immediate, so you would need to run first, find a safe spot, and then
Okay, let's run to the helicopter. Let's run north and use the teleport thing. Sar, keep an eye on the.
Should I?
I am gonna run into the house and grab the painting as well.
Yes.
You're fast enough to do that and catch up without being seen.
But
Okay,
I'm saying like we all run north.
Yeah.
Get cover in the forest and do the teleport.
Yeah. So, based on my tracker, I would say you have 10 minutes before the drone is on the map, which means you leave just before it managed to see you.
Nice.
And yeah,
so
I was tracking everything. Looting small items cost you 1 minute. Looting big items cost you 2 minutes. Every round was 10 minutes. Because that was like the conclusion of all your investigations. And yeah, you were on the edge there. I do have a whole army of PMC hidden invisible on the edge of the map. Just so you know.
Yeah, no, thanks. I know, it's fine.
That was a close one.
I mean, that would have been fun.
I was expecting a couple of shots fired, but no, you made it just in time.
We got it.
But yeah.
Just a householding question. Was I after the questions in the turn order?
Yeah, they all happened at the start.
The turn order was basically done at that point.
Okay.
Because you like the questions were the start of the turn, and then if you decided to stay and defend a bit so you could flee, then we would have continued with the turn order. But you just left instantly, so it's just whatever.
Yeah. That seems like the smart thing to do. I would have loved to have caught the scent of mysterious catwalk man and the girl, but
I'd say because you were summoning or you were getting him out during the conversation, the questions. He would have found the scent, but you didn't have enough time to track it. But he might. But basically, he has a bonus. Kabyle has now a bonus if you find the same scent again. Because he recognizes it.
Yes. Right. Let's yeet.
Yep. So you yeet. You go to the clearing. He uses the scroll. It's a scroll of sending. So he contacts someone at HQ, who then quickly creates a portal for you. And you step through, and you're safe back at HQ. Before we do the sit rep with Harriet, though, I want to know, because this is the fun part for me. What happened? What happened at this site? Did you piece it together?
All right. So, okay, yeah, sorry.
I at least have a basic idea, but
I called it. I called it at the start.
I mean,
yeah.
Alistair, you've called the mimic, the werewolf, and this fucking thing.
It's what I do.
I mean, to be
Sorry, just again.
To be fair, this one is fairly obvious, though, but still.
Yeah.
As somebody who didn't have any Munich information before the werewolves, I had to get a tiny assist from Padlock.
Yeah, I've been giving him a little bit of a catch-up as a player.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have just read our session notes.
I mean,
Where are the session notes?
You do have access to them. They should.
I just like that.
Speaking
of, this is no shame on you at all, Martin. At all. This is not expected of you at all. But I do want to give a little shout out to Emanon, who before joining Direwolf Season 2 watched through every single VOD of Season 1.
Yeah, that's.
I haven't watched every single one. I have started the last session.
Yeah.
And watched like half an hour of that.
Okay.
So I haven't actually watched the
close enough.
Culmination.
Close enough.
Literal entire thing. Essentially something.
And you should watch the spin-offs too, I think.
They're fun too.
Yeah, I watched what was available of the spin-offs that I haven't played in myself.
Yeah.
I found the session notes, yeah.
Anyways, who wants to summarize what happened?
I think Alistair really wanted to.
Yeah.
No. I've already done my summarizing. I'm done. I called it at the start. I banked that. I don't want to be wrong now and fuck up the streak.
So, from what I could gather, Skriti, I think it was, like the stray, and the girl, I forget her name,
Zoe.
stayed in the cabin. Zoe. And then they were doing something, because there were some markings on their maps too. But she was having her dream thingies again, which we do not know much about yet. So, but she probably did the painting and probably the drawing. And then the PMZ came in to try and get them in, but they managed to get tipped off. And managed to probably Skriti shot one of them through the door before going out and shooting. There are 2 more casings, so they probably also shot at the drone. And I think either the one on the top or that one had a gunshot, so they were both killed by Skriti. And then they started running towards the boat, but then it won't get out of the freaking thingy for me.
Yeah.
But then one of the people of the trio ended up shooting Zoe, and the Ren came out and basically killed everyone else. Then they managed to escape on the boat.
Ren is the desperate. Got it, yeah.
Yeah, Ren is the that's Kami.
Anyone have
Shinigami
anything
thing,
to add that they think was different? Or
the one thing that I don't know is how the fuck they found them.
Yeah.
Black Fox found them.
They had notes on their maps.
So, yeah, for Mr. Limmer, did you loot a satellite photo from any of the bodies?
I did.
Okay, you did. Great. Because I did see a satellite photo on one of the bodies when I was checking them.
Yeah, there was a satellite photo on the area. How they found them to that is hard to tell, but clearly they have multiple tracking parties in Lithuania because they have 3 marked sites.
Yeah.
They had the Fox notes, like the Fox icons were on the PMC maps.
Yes.
What was it that was marked on the maps in the cabin? Because those belong to So and Skriti.
They were, at first, they just looked like scribbles, like a child has been drawing on a map. But with his investigative skills, Mr.
Campbell,
thank you. Your name still says Riltrike in the bottom left corner because you haven't changed your active character. So, but Mr. Campbell, with his investigative skills, managed to see that there was actually a pattern behind these random scribbles, and it will take a bit of time to decipher, but he did recognize that some of them repeated. As mentioned, there's a pattern,
Right.
so he's assuming that they are some kind of code as well, similar to like what's it called, hobo signs.
Yeah.
They might
his
have
cat.
because Zoe has weird powers. Like she has like these paintings that show things that she shouldn't really have seen. So it's quite possible that her powers is what like made her be able to tip off that there are people that's coming
They're
after
coming.
them.
Yeah, it might also be things she have dreamed about that they are checking out. There is some likelihood that the cabin that she dreamt of and painted happened before they got to this cabin.
No, the painting was new.
Yeah, but we don't know how long they've been in the cabin.
Yeah. Does she paint the paintings in like a trance, or as she's having visions, or does she?
We don't know.
We don't know.
Paint them afterwards. Got it.
We have no clue.
The painting that was back in Munich was of a former Shadowfell.
Yeah.
So no, the Anseelie.
Right, which she almost definitely shouldn't have known about.
It seems like Black Fox arrived at the cabin in 2 waves.
Yeah.
One wave with the 2 first people and the drone, and then a support wave with 4 more people coming up later on, because the guy up north by the side of the cabin was also killed by Ren.
Yeah.
And that is also the cut that went through the cabin. So we can assume that they had evacuated the cabin at that point.
The cut went through the what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ezra found a very tiny cut through the cabin wall.
On the inside, he found it. Yeah, so
yeah,
it went straight through. I will.
Okay.
There was one tiny detail you didn't get from there, but it was so small. I think. Yeah, because that was your investigation, but you could have also seen the cut in the wall, but you didn't get high enough roll.
Right.
So you are pretty much spot on. I will say the exact turn order of what happened, just so you know, to see how because remember, I told the turn order what happened to ChatGPT, and it gave me the clues, and you managed to piece them together. Near to I can't even say that. Whatever, damn near. There you go. 100% almost. So what happened was they were tipped off. I'm not going to say how. They were tipped off that they were under attack. Skriti stood clear at the door. Just before the guy was about to open, he shot through the door, killed the guy, and they ran out of the cabin. As soon as Skriti stepped out the door, he first shot the drone, which he heard. He first shot the guy on the path because he saw him coming out, and then he immediately turned and shot the drone. With his back turned, someone tried to flank around the cabin, which Ren protected Skriti from by slashing the guy in half. Then they ran to the pier, saw the approaching group from the south, realized they don't have time, summoned a speedboat. Then, as you guessed, one of them shot Zoe in the back, and Ren manifested and went berserk on them. So pretty much spot on.
Really nice. Can I also learn this esoteric spell, summon speedboat?
It's a 5th edition spell. It's a summon animal, a summon companion, or something.
I see.
Unfortunately, Skriti is playing a different edition of this game than we are, and has access to other things.
Cheater!
It's a historical catfolk spell.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, we could make the spell if you want, because it is basically just a modern version of Summon Mount, Summon Steed, which is in Pathfinder, or variants of it at least.
Sure.
Yeah.
So and we are making our.
I will want it at some point.
Yeah.
So
we are making our own campaign setting here, basically with modern stuff, because modern stuff doesn't really exist in Pathfinder.
True.
We already have a couple stuff. We modified scrying and summon instruments.
Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see if Starfinder supplies us with a summon vehicle spell.
That's my down.
That's true.
Because the full playtest comes out in August, and that's going to have I think they talked about a 60% full spell list.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
Yeah. It is a full playtest, level 1 to 20.
Nice.
Very nice.
That's cool.
With like 6 classes or something.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. We're gonna definitely need to do a spin-off then with DIREWOLF 2150 or whatever.
No, we just do the Thresh versus Thule,
we just
thing.
we just have a battle on the
Let's
moon
split,
with Thresh. or
yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
That's true. Lemur, it sounds like you're up for planning a session.
No. I can hear you guys having fun with this. I have done my bits. I have spent my time waging in the warfare of supernatural extra celestial warfare DMing.
But this is a opportune moment to take a break.
I was gonna say, I know we are scheduled for a break now, but I am going to ask if we can just push through because we are wrapping up anyway.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's fine.
I would very much like at least a 5-minute break.
Okay, we can have a quick 5-minute break then. But I will stay on air for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just go have your quick break. Meanwhile,
Go have your quick break.
yeah, I am pleased that worked out so well, and that you actually managed to
Nice.
piece together the situation so good as well.
Yeah,
based
no, it was
on
nice.
How I made it. It was fun.
I mean, this is the type of investigation I love, where it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just, stuff makes sense. But it's sometimes, I know that it can be, I don't know. It's when somebody calls it that early, it can kind of ruin it. So I hope I didn't do that.
It's fine.
I think the fact that I could call it that early is just a testament to how it makes sense.
I mean, there was
Because it's the
You know what you need to do, Thomas? You need to plant more red herrings for Mats to
yeah, of course.
to like.
To be fair, Martin did fall for some of them.
yeah.
He didn't have the same information we did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine with you getting it so quick on this because the clues are fairly obvious. They were supposed to be because you people encountered Ren and Zoe and Skriti.
Yeah.
So,
and I feel like I got a lot of clues just from the fact that Nas called us as well. To be fair, that kind of clued me in. I knew from when the moment he called me, I'm like, oh, this is with Ren. So to be fair, I kind of knew.
He didn't call you, but yeah, Harriet told you that it was him that recommended you.
Yes.
For the mission.
So
and he probably did it because he knew Skriti was involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, for Mats calling early, we got really lucky with the first, I think, almost literally the first roll being the occultism roll telling us what happened to the 3 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's when oh yeah, this matches. So we got a good roll.
Yeah.
That was the right roll for that.
Yeah. No, yeah. Exactly.
So, okay, quick question before I dive into the session notes. Ren, what do you know about him? How and why is he bound to Zoe? What other ties does he have?
Material plane death god.
Okay.
Founded to this drow woman that I can't remember her name of, Federica or something. Italian sounding name, I think.
Well, you said drow woman. The girl isn't a drow, is she?
No. What is it?
But that's
She's
kind of
not.
what we
You assumed it because
think she's related to it.
You just assumed that because the painting you found in Munich was from Rockmount, which was a drow town.
Drow?
But we do know that there have been PMC.
Dark elf. Sorry, yeah.
There's been like there was a PMC person in Munich as well that had like a charm that was protecting him from the Shinigami.
Ren.
So the PMC have clearly been like, we know that the PMC has been after the Ren for far longer than he's been with Zoe.
Yeah. But we also know that charm was very old, so they might not know how to make more of them, which is why these guys were not supplied.
Yeah. Just so Ren was bound to a woman, and he is now bound to Zoe. Is that how it, or is he just following them?
We know Ren is bound to Zoe. We don't know how it was before that.
Got it. Okay, yeah, I just
We're
got.
just making assumptions with how
Did
he is or
you
not.
ever
He does
meet
seem to
Zoe?
care for Zoe. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But
You
we
had a bit of
thought
time to
Zoe
kind
was
of
a sleeper. We didn't know she was aware of things. Just that she might have had powers. But she's very well aware at least of the Shinigami.
And she was like a
She was human.
That's you. No, for relation to your mission was essentially you were bodyguarding her. Or...
We were supposed to bodyguard her without her finding
I can
out.
find the scratch page for you, actually.
Thank you.
So also,
this
important information is that she referred to the cat person that guards her as uncle.
Yeah. This is Zoe, the teenager who is on the run. Yeah, greetings, fellow student, is a joke callback to the very first pilot episode, I guess, the test episode of the first campaign, where I can't remember. Was it Imperator Mutz? I think. Who was?
I thought it was Nas. Wasn't it Nas that was like, "Hey, hi, fellow humans."
Greetings, fellow human.
No, that was Imperator.
Yeah.
That was Imperator.
Basically,
he was the only human in the group, and he went, "Hell, hi there, fellow human."
Yeah.
He did it so terribly. He aroused suspicion.
He sounded like an alien.
Nice.
It was hilarious.
That sounds so much like him. Yeah.
And then this is Skriti. I'll show what he first looked like because he is in disguise often. That's not what he really looks like. This is what he really looks like.
Wow.
Catman. And then Ren, which is the Shinigami, which is bound to Zoe. Looks like this. And Kevin isn't really relevant anymore. But there was a
hence all the cutting and slashing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty good. Let's now that you're back, Milan, let's go to the DIREWOLF HQ.
Reminder, all agents are obliged to report any
where the PA is of course going on.
Or other abnormalities.
Yeah. Are anyone experiencing any unexpected mutations?
Only expected ones.
Just expected ones.
To be fair though, that might be the case for somebody working in DIREWOLF.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So yeah, you are back in the meeting room for your debrief. We don't need to go into detail. You basically provide, I think, all the evidence. Is there anything you want to omit?
Yeah.
Because remember, you can keep things private if you want, hidden. Silver and Simmons were focused on the ritual, so they didn't know any of the other stuff you found. So, is there anything you want to omit and not mention?
We've been very upfront so far with the DIREWOLF.
And kind of our thing with Moen when he interrogated us for letting them go was us saying like, dude, we think that was a good idea, and now we were sent here probably specifically because, Estrace liked us that we let them go. Mm-hmm. And the fact that we managed to probably grab most of the evidence that the PMC could have used to keep following them.
Yeah, like this painting. That was a good catch, by the way.
True.
And we also grabbed some of the PMC stuff. Mm-hmm. So I think it would be better for us to actually be relatively open with them and say, hey, we got this. We also got the stuff from the PMC. We're pretty sure that, the Strays would probably appreciate that.
Yeah.
And, we like the Strays to be on good terms.
Yeah. Not to burst your bubbles, though, but you guys haven't worked enough with Ezra that I think Ezra has a good reason to help you guys withhold information from the brass.
No, but
we're not.
The point is we're not.
That's what we're saying. We don't withhold information.
Yeah.
Because I was also going to say the same. Sorry, go.
My point is we're not.
Yeah. Which is good.
Yeah.
Because Jeremiah would also just have shared everything. He doesn't have any relation to the Strays or Zoe or Screedy at all. So he would have said what he found, though he might not have caught everything.
Yeah, and I assume Ezra and Kane is first gonna learn about our run-in with Zoe and Ren during the debrief now.
We'll probably also look at Mo and say, this is about... we'll look at Moen and say, this is about, the classified thing. Are we allowed to talk about it here?
Moen's
to kind of,
You're in the meeting with
also,
Miranda.
this wasn't with Moen.
But she does know. No, wait, how gosh, that is more complicated. Fuck.
I mean,
Harriet is here.
You can ask
Harriet knows.
Harriet is Moen's boss, so you could ask her.
There we go, okay. I was about to ask, I heard Moen is a boss and Harriet is a boss, but how's
Moen is our team boss.
Yeah, Moen is your team leader, squad leader. He's your superior. Yeah. Harriet is the commander of Direwolf.
Yeah, but he was also hey, keep it on a download from anyone else.
Right, yeah. I mean, it could be nice to check with him first.
We'll ask Harriet. Some of the information we discovered pertains to our Munich mission that is highly classified. How much are we allowed to share?
Actually, as we came back from the mission and sort of did a, getting our gear away and stuff, could Zara have checked in and sent a cheeky little message to either Nas or Skriti and been like, hey, you guys, we're about to report on what happened.
Yeah.
Anything you want me to say or keep out?
You can only if it's a magical sending over long distance.
No, I don't have that.
No, then you cannot. Then you can only contact. Then you can only contact Nas. You don't have Skriti's
Oh,
number.
Nas, yeah. Okay, yeah. Then yeah, Nas.
Yeah, you have to. Skriti's okay.
Yeah.
More important, ask if Zoe's okay.
But I'm asking.
She's the one who got shot.
You at first you get back typical Nas why wouldn't he be kind of thing, and then should I be concerned kind of thing. Ending the message with I'll get back to you. You do not get any more responses before the debrief.
Okay, got it. Okay, then I'm just gonna continue with what I'm gonna go along with what they're doing.
Yeah, basically, probably confirm with Harriet whether or not she knows the classified part of the Munich mission.
She does.
And we shared with the people that's not aware of the classified information about Munich mission with the people here.
She looks around the room and she says, due to the nature of the mission, I wish you to share the evidence you found without drawing your own conclusions. That is within permission.
Okay, I will not mention the Ren at all. And just go to the bare bone facts. We found this phone, we found these maps, we found these slashes, and potentially someone left by boat, and so on. All of just trying to be as factually neutral as possible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just because I think it's funny, and because Jeremiah was the one who checked the 3 bodies, he will probably say, it seemed like they were killed by some sort of spirit or other entity that can move without being constrained by the laws of physics.
Yeah, you as a summoner, you might not say this, but you as a summoner as well, might conclude that the 2 targets, one of them was a summoner. Like you.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Okay, so after you've divulged the hard facts, the items that you wish to hand over, put them in your party loot, and I have made a container in the party loot called Evidence Locker at HQ. anything you hand over, you can put in there because I don't want to remove it from the party sheet because you obviously can reference them later, but they are not with you. You do not have them.
Mm-hmm.
Get it?
Yeah.
So yeah, you have an evidence locker now.
I threw it over, but I didn't want to go into that one. Wait.
What were you trying to throw over?
Smartphone encrypted.
I threw in smartphone encrypted, but it ended up in equipment, not in the other one.
You gotta put it into the stash first and then move it into
I tried to move it from there as well, but it didn't work.
Huh.
I also threw over the destroyed laptop. And where is that one?
Right, I got it there. There you go. It's a bit weird, but you have to make it like it lights up when it's possible. And it looks like we can't do it at the same time because when one of you guys change the order, I can't do it.
Okay.
So one at a time.
I threw in there's stuff in the treasure one that is gonna need to be moved.
Mm-hmm.
Notebook, satellite photo, and probably the maps.
I'm missing a lot of pictures. All the maps are just. It's not a problem, but just check this out in the DIREWOLF check.
The satellite photo you said goes into evidence. The maps.
Notebook.
Yeah,
there were notes on them, so.
Yeah, and the maps as well. Yeah. Put them over.
I don't think we had, as we said, we don't have a reason to not.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll add the painting. I'll rename it. Zoe.
Yeah, I've added it to the party loot, but.
Oh, you have? Okay.
You might also have to increase the evidence locker because we're finding a lot of evidence.
Yeah, I can change its size. I believe capacity can be 9999.
That seems reasonable.
I mean, it is HQ after all.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Then you've handed that over. Okay. Then she asks, Harriet asks the other team to leave. They are going to go to the rec room because they need to chill.
Relax.
Then she hands over a piece of paper to Ezra. Or no, an envelope to Ezra.
Mom? He
Your...
looks at it, turns it over, see if there's an address on it.
No, it says Ezra.
Fair enough.
She
He just looks at her and raises his eyebrows and pockets it.
yeah, she says your application for transfer has been approved. Henceforth you are DIREWOLF. No longer great. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mom.
She then turns to the rest of the team. Looks like I found you a new teammate. Take the place of Trike.
Zara just sort of looks over, and I think she sort of had not really thought about him that much since he was just going to be a liaison.
Yeah, he was intel department basically. But
yeah, exactly. And just Zara sort of looks, okay, it's lovely to have you on the team. Sort of looking a little bit like, oh god, I'm gonna have to protect this nerd in the field. Look like he's like a field agent capable, you know.
Do not look like he's field agent capable.
No.
Actually, I think that's not quite true, but he looks less field agent capable than you when you are very capable.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a soldier.
How old is Ezra?
Yeah.
One at a time. Who wants to ask the question? I know what
How
this is.
old?
Ezra is 29, I think.
Yeah.
He's what I went for is that he's had somewhat of a career already doing other stuff.
Yeah.
He has he has always had an invitation to join Direwolf. He's just chosen to do other stuff in his life. And so when he came knocking at the door of Direwolf, or Direwolf yet again came knocking at his, he decided to accept. But that has been like, this isn't his first career, isn't as an agent. He is new to being an agent, but he's done other stuff before.
Jeremiah,
That's why he's shooting his shit.
Does a firm handshake, and well, I'm looking forward to our continued working relationship, Mr. Campbell.
Finally, another person that looks his age.
True. Finally.
Do you say that?
Hey, we have a majority of people that look their age now.
I mumble it.
Yeah. I'm still,
I have a high
the oldest
perception.
one here, though, I believe.
Sorry,
I
what?
mean, it's me and Sarah that doesn't look our age.
I mean, no.
Yeah, I don't look my age.
Kane is the oldest one.
Right, you don't either. That's true.
Zara is like, what, 7 years old?
Hey,
Since you were summoned?
no. Yeah, no, yeah. Chronologically 7. Biologically, she's been alive for 52 years.
Then we're fairly close.
Anyway, Harriet says, okay, with those formalities over, as part of your team, Mr. Campbell is privy to your experiences in Munich. As I do not believe this will be your last encounter with Per. He needs to be up to speed. I will leave getting him up to speed in your hands. However, what is your conclusion? Why did you ask? I believe this death site was related. And
Well, based on our evidence, it looked like the people were Skritty, based on the footprints, at least the catwalk. And the second one, and I point towards the painting, that's the same style as the one that was in Munich. So, probably Zoe. And third, inhuman slashing, confirmed by the information of the dead. Probably it would match up with the Shinigami. And I give other people also a chance to add more information if they had more specific proof.
Well, Ezra adds, there were about, how many dead people was there? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right?
5 in a drone.
6, yeah.
5 in a drone.
5 in a drone.
No, 6.
6, yes.
I'm pretty
6 in a
sure
drone.
6.
6 in a drone, yeah.
Yeah, stakes in a drone.
6 dead people. 3 of them, one of them 2 of them taken down with gunfire. The rest seemingly instantly and cut in half in ways that are not possible for a human or most mortals, indicating some supernatural entity or abilities.
It does seem like it was them. This is getting a bit out of hand. Zara, may I assume you've already contacted the Strays?
She just looks like kind of caught out. Yeah, I guess yes.
Well,
should I not have done that?
no. I mean, yes, you should have. I personally am giving you permission to offer them whatever aid they may need, off the record.
Whew. Okay.
We cannot legally assist the Strays. They are an independent part, but they are our allies, and I wish you to help them.
Okay.
Do not report this to
Good.
Moon.
Oh. But
It's not a big deal. If he finds out about it, I will inform him, but I would prefer to keep it as few people knowing about it as possible.
okay. Right. But Moen is, and then Zara just kind of looks a little bit reluctant. Okay, sure.
He's a good handler, but he's very by the book. This is off the records. Understood?
Okay. Understood.
Understood.
Understood, ma'am.
Now, I want to know more about this Zoe. If any missions in the Unseelie pop up, I will try and assign your team. If you are able to visit Rockmount, where we believe she had a vision from, or has been there, or whatever, we don't know. If you are able to visit Rockmount, I would like you to do some asking around.
Okay.
However, there is nothing right now,
Okay.
but as soon as something pops up, I will have you assigned.
Great. Should I contact the Strays then and try to get a formal meeting of sorts? Or at least get a line of communications going?
Yes, you may do so.
Okay.
Be sure to let them know that it is on your own accord.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like, they would kind of assume that, considering,
We did send a formal, before the incident in Munich, we did send a formal message saying that if they are indeed trying to protect someone, that we would offer them a safe haven, but they refuse. I suppose they do not believe we are a safe source.
Yeah. There's a reason why they've remained separate from Direwolf all this time.
But if you go as an individual, they might trust you a bit more. You have my permission.
Yeah. Okay.
Now,
Okay, good.
for the rest of you, and she pulls up her little tablet and starts skimming through, as I am also looking at missions. There have been rumors of a supernatural creature up in Scotland. I believe you will be well suited for this task with you on board, Ezra.
Aye. The old hunts.
Kaito kind of halfway raises his hand.
Supernatural creature. Yes, Kaito.
What happened to the mission of the rogue agent that we were supposed to go to that?
It was assigned on. Hang on, let me look. It's Ivy something, I believe. Yes, here it is. Just after the. I hate to call it the UFO invasion. There's a little smirk on her face. Sorry. I need to quickly Google. I might have some here. Yeah. After the UFO invasion, it was assigned to Birdo Grillo's team.
Okay. Kaito does not have any follow-up questions. He just wondered if that was taken care of or not.
The case is still ongoing, but the agent has been recovered. No need to worry.
Very well.
Right. The mission in Scotland is a supernatural being. We're not entirely sure what it is. But it has caused several deaths in the area. We would like you to first investigate, report your sightings, and likely follow up. So I wish for you to stay in the area and receive your second mission.
Right. Pardons, ma'am, but Scotland's a large place. Could you be a bit more specific, maybe?
Find out in next session of Direwolf.
my sound card crash? Oh, you guys see
No,
that?
it's just.
I'm
looking
just
at something.
looking at the map. Yeah. Find out next session. I know.
Find out next session when we're being interrupted by another mission that we have to do instead.
Near the
No,
She says near the town of Kirkmike.
Mm.
I will post it in the chat in Discord. That is because it's a Google link. As I said, observation first, report in, and then likely you'll have to deal with the situation once we know what it is. We'll also say there is a rather large safe house in Inverness and one in Aberdeen. You may pick which one to go to.
Now or next time?
Next time. That's not important.
Yeah.
If whatever this is without your beyond your capabilities, you may also return to those safe houses to stock up. They are large, have several agents housed in them, and gear and storage.
Yep.
So, I'd say you have the rest of the day to relax and get your bearings back, and head off in the evening. Understood?
We also have some. We also have a new friend to get to know, don't we?
Indeed.
Looks over at you.
Indeed.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm pleased to make it.
Likewise.
So why don't we go to the cantina and continue this acquaintancing?
Quick question. I am technically the sort of minder of the team. Who am I reporting to in that regard? We haven't really played into that aspect of how I got on the team. I'm just wondering.
Yes.
Like,
your reports, your day-to-day reports would have been to Moen. If there was anything suspicious, you were asked to report directly to Harriet.
Yep.
Which you have not needed to do.
Indeed.
As we go to cafeteria, and assuming we're ending up soon, I am going to make sure I drag Roy with me so that she doesn't go and disappear on us again. I have noticed she's getting more and more frustrated, and she is. And as my my baby cousin, she does not get to disappear again.
Yeah.
Okay,
Team build,
Mom.
bitch.
Yes. Anyway, so the lot of you then go to, I guess, the rec room. No, cantina. You said, yeah, cafeteria to have a meal and get to know each other, which we obviously don't really need to do off screen. We can instead have, if you think of anything specific, we can have a scene at the start of next session with you guys.
Yeah.
I think that's better than doing it now.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, that was it, I believe.
Oh, it's a nice and bespoke session.
Have faith, agents, for Nenette has faith in you.
Oh, I guess I need to go to the shooting range instead.
Yeah,
You have some training to catch up on.
we certainly do.
Yeah. So that was
Ezra starts probing you guys for information. He wants to get to know you. His ulterior knowledge motive is that he just wants to know everything about everyone.
Yeah. that checks out.
So Sarah is going to do background check on Ezra as well. That's one
I
of
will
the first
actually.
things.
I will ask you about that last name I didn't get identified. If you know who that is.
I will.
From this morning.
I will give you the result of the background
Good,
check next session.
Yeah.
Actually, you can go and roll a computer lore straight away, and I will give you the result
I will
next
hero
session.
point it. I'll hero point it if it's
You don't
bad.
need to. It's good.
Okay.
I will give you the result of that next session, and yeah, awesome. That was it.
Yeah.
With this again, be on the shops as well. Yeah, I believe the only ending stuff is off camera. Yeah. So, with that, we are going to be ending the stream now. Thanks for watching, everyone. And we will be back roughly in 2 weeks. What date would that be? The 8th of June.
We have talked about moving it to Sundays.
We have talked
We can
about
Yes,
talk
I
about
do wonder
that.
if...
We have
We-
talked about that.
We'll talk about that off screen and figure that out.
Yeah. Assuming it's the same time slot, I am available. My Sunday evenings are busy though. But assuming it's the same time slot as now, that should work for me. But we will talk about that off stream, and we'll see if it's the 8th or the 9th when we return. Other than that, thank you all for watching, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't want to hang around too much because